5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Two white Muslims.
Go.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
My name's Junaid Rahim,
And my name's Mohammed Yusuf Bashforth.
and affectionately we're known as
The Two White Muslims. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh. Most of our listeners sit there thinking, well, I'm going to say at least three of the four.
Yes.
When I say most, sit there thinking, what goes on in their breaks?
Yes.
Because they always come back in just sniggering and laughing and tittering about
sniggering.
something. And you know,
What,
I
what
wish
filth.
I wish I could be a fly on that wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll just realise, nah.
Can you imagine if we had a fly in here, buzzing around the microphones?
Yeah.
Imagine that. That'd be
I'm
really
sure when it
annoying.
comes to certain times of the year, we will.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Bring him in with us.
Yeah, we attract them.
Yes,
don't we?
that's what I was thinking. You get a lot of flies round.
Enough of that. No, no, careful. It's a family show.
It is. It is.
Family show. So
And what
anyway,
a show we've got.
we've got a great show lined up.
What a show
And
we have.
I say that with all confidence,
Yes.
not knowing even what it is that
What
we're even going to
gonna
be talking about. So,
absolutely.
I take it you've brought a list,
I am. Yes, we have a list.
a very carefully selected list of
We have
items,
a very carefully selected list of items.
and we're going to be able to poke some fun,
Yes.
and we're going to get annoyed at,
Yes.
and we're going to be aghast at
Yes.
certain things.
Absolutely.
And then we're in some instances we're going to try and draw an Islamic perspective,
Absolutely.
because
As always.
that's what we try to do.
We just
Because
try and relate it to
that's
the
what we
here
are.
And now relate it to what it is that we think and do and believe.
yeah,
Shouldn't be difficult.
inshallah.
Inshallah. So, yes.
Stating that we've got a list,
Yes.
and doing the headlines. It's like telling the news,
It is.
isn't it? You know,
Bong.
you tell them what you're going to tell them.
Yep.
That's the headlines.
Yes.
Then you tell them it.
Then you tell them.
Yeah, and then at the end, what did you do?
You tell them what you've told
Tell
them.
them what you told them.
Do you know
Yeah.
today what we spoke about was?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
But it works.
yeah, absolutely.
All
It's a-
speeches like that.
it's a winning
Do you know what
formula.
I'm going to talk about is? Now I'm going to talk
This-
about it.
now I'm
Do you
gonna
know what
talk
I've talked
about
about?
Now, what I talked about was
Yes.
this. Yeah.
Very good.
So, shall we start with what it is that we're going to tell them?
I think we should. We're going to consider the bike, the bicycle,
Which bike?
Just
Any
the
particular one,
bicycle.
or
The
just
bicycle.
the bike?
two-wheeled
generic
variety.
bike.
Generic bike.
Two wheels,
Two wheels,
pedals,
pedals, handlebars. if you're
handlebars, gears,
lucky. Yes.
and the wheels around.
Yes.
If you're lucky. Yeah. I
Yes.
remember my first racing bike.
Oh, really?
Because you see, I'd been used to driving a chopper.
Yes.
And that had fat tyres, and
Yep.
and you could take it over lumps and bumps and in and
Yes.
out of ditches. You could do all sorts with it.
Yep.
And it was indestructible.
Yeah. Couldn't jump on a racing bike.
Well, do you know what? I tried. I tried. My wheels buckled.
Oh, I thought
I-
you just went
no,
straight over the
I
handlebars.
actually buckled the wheels on my racer.
Ooh, crikey.
And I was,
Explain that
I
one
was
to parents.
oh, it was bad. It honestly was bad.
Ooh.
Because I don't know if you were the same, but we weren't exactly flush with
No,
money.
exactly the same.
when I was growing
I had
up.
a bike, but then I had it for about 7 years,
Well,
which was brilliant.
yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But,
dead,
yeah.
dead right, dead
Yeah.
right. You see, I got my chopper, which I had for many, many years.
Yep.
Loved the thing.
Oh,
But then
I didn't have one. I wanted one.
kind of all my mates had bigger bikes, and they had
Right.
bigger. And you know, choppers got small wheels.
Yes.
So you're pedaling like fury, and you're
Yes.
just not going as fast as the guys on racing bikes.
Yeah.
So for the first time in my life, I got something brand new.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'd always had hand-me-downs because I'd got two
yeah,
older
yeah,
brothers.
Yeah.
You know, so when it doesn't fit the eldest one,
Yes.
the next one will get it, and when it
Yep.
doesn't fit him anymore, you'll get it.
Yep.
It's all right. We'll patch up all the holes and try and sew the seams together before it
Yep.
comes to you,
Yep.
which is what I used to get. So bikes were like, it's third hand.
Yeah.
But this time I got a brand new one,
Wow.
and I took it out on my usual run
Yep.
and buckled the wheels first day.
Oh no.
Day one.
Oh my.
Day
goodness. Oh, that's a conversation to be having, isn't it?
Mm. So when the wheel hits the brake
Yeah.
block,
Yeah.
and it squeaks,
Yep.
but intermittently because there's only part of your wheel that's buckled. Yeah?
Yes.
So
Wink.
it's just
Oh
Wait.
no.
yeah. I had that for the rest of my life with that
Oh
bike.
crikey.
Yeah. Couldn't afford new wheels.
No, of course not.
Crazy.
At least could still use it.
Oh yeah, I could use it. It just made a horrible noise.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
golly. So we're going to talk about bikes.
Bikes.
We're going to talk about crocodiles.
I like crocodiles.
We're actually linking it to... Do you remember when we talked about the tallest statue in the world?
Yes.
They've got an issue with crocs. We're going to talk about those.
Okay.
Your head is going to be in your hands yet again.
Okay.
Yet again. Oh my! However, somebody's come up with a healthy pizza.
Oh, and now I'm interested.
Yes. So for every yin, there's a yang.
Now
cloud.
I'm interested. Yeah. And that's okay. That's okay. For listeners in Glasgow, they will still be able to deep fry it.
Absolutely. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Can I have a healthy deep fried pizza, please?
Be deep fried. It's amazing when you go into your corner shoppers, they can have a Mars bar and they go, "Give me a minute."
Yeah.
There you go, love. Have it while it's warm.
Oh
dear. So we're going to talk healthy pizza. Aldi have done something amazing.
They do amazing things all the time. They're
Aldi
fantastic.
are brilliant. I was listening to a report. They're really challenging the top 4.
I know.
Really challenging the top 4.
So they should.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
because
brilliant.
They're working hard, giving people what they want at a price that's
good
affordable.
For yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Mutual.
And they're still making
exactly
very large amounts of money in the process.
Sufficient to do something really cool.
Okay, cool.
Now we've got a priest.
Yeah.
And it's one of those where, you could go either way on this one. I think the way that we're going to go is just put our head in our hands.
Okay.
It's just like, oh,
please.
No.
Please.
And, there will be some that will support him.
Okay.
And say, oh, no, absolutely.
Right.
And then I think we might fall on the other side.
On the other side. Okay.
If I'm honest.
Okay.
If I'm honest. Now, some people think they're having a bad day.
How often do we say,
exactly.
I had a bad day today?
Oh,
it's been a bad day today.
Ooh, well,
actually, not very often because we've started doing these features.
Yeah, we do.
And I now know what a bad day looks like.
Exactly. Do you know what I think?
Nothing like.
I may have thought I was having a bad day.
Nothing like.
No.
Nothing like.
Oh, so
I like our bad day stories. They're great.
Somebody has had a worse day than you. I can assure you. Oh my goodness! And then we're going to have a little chat about Star Trek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Star Trek.
That was our little list for today.
I'm surprised you talking about Star Trek.
I know. Given the
choice,
see,
I talk about Star Trek because I am a hardened Trekkie.
Yep.
I got a bit disgruntled in the middle, but it spun around and came back.
Yes.
Yeah. But I am a Trekkie. You never got it at all, did you? But you got
Star Wars.
Yeah, which I never bothered with.
Yep.
Until much later on in life when. And I watched it, and the first time I watched it, I just thought, why did I miss this?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So you could appreciate it, but you didn't live it.
So I'm a Trekkie. You're into Star Wars. Normally we should be fighting.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
because they are. It is like
it's like Man U, Man City.
Just about to say the same thing. Yeah, it is. It's rival football teams.
Should be fighting in lumps.
Yep.
Yeah, but no.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, well, yeah.
There's time.
We'll see how that conversation pans out, shall we?
Yeah. So, yes,
how that
little
pans out.
About Star Trek. And that's us. That is our list for the day. And I'm thinking, ooh.
There's
a couple I'm going to annoy you with. And then there's a couple I'll cheer you up with.
Well, just a couple.
There's 2 on here I'm going to annoy you with.
As always, we have to...
I'm annoyed looking at the titles.
As always, we have to put our usual disclaimer in that... This is the list that if we get around to talking about any of this,
exactly.
we might discuss
chances
1 or 2 or some of these items either today, or if not today, we'll possibly hold them over for another show, inshallah.
Yes.
So
it's more of a guide.
It's a guide.
It's more of a suggestion.
Because
they say, is it in concrete? No, I mean it's written in pen, but it is still. We do find ourselves digressing.
Is that actually red pen, or have you actually written this in blood?
It's a combination. It's written in both red and blue. I've gone alternate, and it looks lovely.
Oh, okay.
There you go. It's how I used to do me revision.
I thought you'd written it in blood, because then it'd have to happen, wouldn't it?
Oh, it would. It would. Yeah. Yes, cast in blood, carved in stone.
Carved in stone.
Very good. So that's our day.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, me
too.
But
before we start that,
let's do a bit of this.
Contractually, we have to do a bit of this.
Absolutely.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
Whoever put it.
Where have you put what?
My list.
I don't. No, don't do that.
For a second.
Don't do that.
I've lost my list.
You can't lose it. It's worth millions.
I know
that list.
I know. Well, I have my list written down, but then all the information about my list is on
your phone.
And they're like rats. You're never more than 2 feet from a phone.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yes, I'd put it down, and I
but when you need to
panic,
when you need to lay your hands on it in a hurry,
yes,
it's always in the last place that you would have put it.
Absolutely. Yes. I had that momentary panic. Oh,
no idea where it is.
Oh, you won't have. You've got sat nav in your car, haven't you?
Yeah. Whoa.
Well, actually,
let's just backtrack on that one. I have a system that calls itself a sat nav.
Very true.
I would actually be better if I had my 4-year-old grandson navigating for me than that sat nav.
It is sham.
So for anybody thinking of buying a Jaguar or Land Rover, and it comes with sat nav, forget the sat nav. You still need your phone.
Yeah, you know when you put it in your phone.
Yeah.
Do you do what I do? You put it in your phone, you put it up there, you're watching it for like half an hour, then you suddenly go, "Where's my phone?"
Oh yeah, I've done that loads of times. I've done it loads of times.
And you think, I've just been looking at it for half an hour.
Yeah.
It is telling me where to go.
Yeah.
Why do I then go, "Where's my phone?"
Yep.
It's like when you put your glasses on your head.
Oh yeah.
Where's my glasses?
Done that loads on your head.
On your head.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're supposed to be in my pocket. Well, put it in your pocket then.
Okay. It's your choice.
Oh, do you know there's people out there? There are people out there.
About 7 billion of them, yes.
Yeah, yes. But some of those 7 billion think they're having a bad day. Ooh, get ready.
Let's be fair. Let's be honest.
There's some people that are.
Let's be honest.
Yes.
Some people just like to moan.
Well, yes. First of all, category number 1, there are some people having a bad day. And if you are, if you are ill, if somebody you know is ill, if you've lost somebody, these are tragic. Yes, we get that.
Tragedies, we understand.
We are with you on this one. We're with you 100. You're a member of, if you listen to this, you're a member of our collective family. We're with you.
Yes.
Then there's those.
We share your pain.
We share
brothers and
your
sisters.
Pain. We're there with it. We're with you. Then there's those who just like to have a bit of a moan.
There's a lot of those.
There's a lot of those. And what we're going to say is,
it's
what
almost
you're
like,
moaning about.
It's almost like we attract them.
Yes, they hunt in packs, and you know what they hunt for? White Muslims.
Two of them. In pairs.
Only when there's a pair of them.
Muslims in pairs.
Any more than a pair? No, I'm not taking them on. And then we give you some of these stories, and you go, do you know what? Life is actually quite good. It's actually quite good. So my Wi-Fi was a bit slow this morning.
My bad day was not like their bad day.
Oh, so I'd run out of bread this morning. Never mind. Oh, the milk had turned. Never mind.
So the classic...
somebody cut me up in traffic. Never mind.
The classic bad day of the guy that was servicing and cleaning an F-16, pressed the wrong button, and blew up another F-16. That's a bad day at work.
Oh, yeah. But even that, you can put a positive slant on that. There was nobody cleaning the other one.
Yeah.
Imagine if his mate had been in it. Nudge. Oh, what's his button do? Click. Oh, but that was a goodie. Oh.
That's a bad day.
This one. Have you ever seen lorries? Driving along?
Yeah.
Yeah, or buses driving along.
Yeah.
And you know that you're coming up to a low bridge.
Yes.
And you see them going under and you hold your breath.
You're just thinking, I better slow down here.
You think they are not.
This is going to be a wreckage.
They are not. And then they go under and you think, wow.
Inches to spare. Wow. When in fact it was actually a couple of feet.
Yeah,
just
a couple
of feet.
Just looked at perspective.
But when you're low down looking at a tall thing, it looks bigger than it actually is.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then there's the times when lorries approach a bridge thinking, I'll be right. And that's exactly what the driver of this lorry did in Bristol.
Oh.
Lorry
traps
itself under railway bridge in Bristol. So number one, let me show you a picture. He didn't quite make it.
Oh my goodness.
So I mean, it must have been inches, yes. And it got caught. Just didn't make it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And you look at that and you think, oh, it looks like it should have done. So I think he's having a bad day.
Yeah.
He's having a pretty bad day. Yeah. What makes it better is the slogan.
Okay.
that was on his lorry. So this lorry is stuck under this bridge now.
Yep.
It's stuck. It's going nowhere.
Yep.
You have to do what they do on that advert and let all the tyres down.
Yeah, then wheel it through,
It looks like it's literally inches.
Yeah.
The slogan on the side of the lorry was, more sky, less roof. And he got stuck under. So there'll be people giving it the old wink. Oh, hey, less roof, lad. You'd have been okay. You'd have been all right with that, lover. Oh, yeah. A lorry with an iconic slogan has taken a wrong turning and wedged itself under a Bristol railway bridge.
Had you been looking at the height of that bridge and not just staring at the sky blankly, you would have had more roof,
going under, thinking
more roof and less sky. You would now have more roof than you have currently got.
Yes, the large vehicle got itself trapped underneath the bridge by Bedminster Trade Station. Police cordoned off the tunnel, which connects Windmill Hill. I want to live on Windmill Hill.
That's a great place to live.
Windmill Hill to Bedminster. Oh,
I wouldn't want to live in Bedminster. I'd never get up. Do people sleep a lot in there?
Pictures at the scene show the trailer lurched backwards from the force of being wedged underneath the ceiling of the tunnel. And it says, no advice has been given on how long recovery will take or if there have been any structural damage to the bridge. Because you think about that one.
Yeah.
Because if he's damaged that bridge, it's a railway bridge.
Yeah.
Which means that cars can't go under it and it joins two towns.
That's right.
And
trains can't go over it.
Ooh. And we think we're having a bad day.
That's a bad day at work, isn't it?
That is a bad day at
given
work.
that, but we've all seen this before, haven't we?
Yes.
We've seen lorries get, crashing under bridges. Yep. We've seen what was it, a car transporter?
Oh, car transporter
lost its entire top row of cars.
Yeah. Weren't they like Jaguar Land Rover?
I think they were actually. Yeah.
Extraordinary.
So we've all known that these things happen.
Yep.
The top deck of a bus gone.
Yes.
We've all seen the pictures.
Seen James Bond.
We've seen the pictures. We've seen it happen.
Yep.
So if you are a driver of a tall vehicle,
yes, as you're approaching a bridge, you would think your first thought would be,
I wonder how tall this. So there's a sign, isn't there?
Yes.
On every single bridge, there is a sign showing the maximum height and the maximum width in case it's an arched bridge.
Yes.
So that provided you go through the middle and you are not more than X amount wide and Y amount tall, you're going to fit through.
Yes.
And surely, as a driver of a lorry,
it would be your first thought.
It would be your first thought to check how tall and how wide is this truck.
Yep.
In case I encounter a bridge.
Yes.
So,
and you will encounter a bridge. Try driving anywhere in this great British Isle of ours
without going under a bridge.
Try it.
It's very, very difficult, isn't it?
Yes.
Very difficult.
We've gone under a few. Come in here.
Mr. Driver, one job.
Have you seen these things? One job.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, it's
you
brilliant.
had one job.
Oh, they're just brilliant. You're like, oh my goodness. There'd be a driveway that just stops.
Stop.
Oh, or a driveway goes up to the front door, and then there's a garage to the side. Oh, brilliant. What, you had one job.
One job.
Oh, do you know what I think that driver was?
Go on.
Blasé. I think he'd become a little blasé. And he came up to me thinking, berate.
I think.
I know it says I'll not get under this.
Do you know what I think he was?
I'll chance my arm.
Do you know what I think he was?
Go on.
Two things. Yeah?
Yes.
Hungry.
And
late for lunch.
Running late, yes, absolutely. Oh dear. But it was a slogan. More sky, less roof.
Yes.
What
was that slogan actually about?
I don't know.
It's got to be a soft-top car, a cabriolet car, isn't
Something like that, yeah.
Or maybe a glass-roof car.
Yeah. These panoramic ones. Which are brilliant.
Love them.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Very clever.
Love them.
Very clever. Oh, so yes, I like
Alhamdulillah.
that.
So I like that too. You know, we all think we're having bad days, but you drive your truck.
Explain that.
Yeah.
Hello, can I speak to John? Yeah, John speaking. Oh, John, I'm glad I've caught you.
I'm glad you were still in.
Just ringing to let you know, I might be a little bit late back. Oh, is there some traffic? Well, behind me, yes.
Yeah,
There is a little bit of a build-up.
It's queued for a mile.
It's funny you should mention that. Yes, yes. There is a little bit of traffic in front of you. No, behind me. Oh, why is that then? You know, they get these. Just imagine that.
You know these bridges.
And I know they have a height thing on it, but you kind of think,
nah. They always allow a couple of inches, don't they? Well, clearly not.
Yep. And to be fair, not my fault.
Had they allowed a couple more inches?
I was two things. I was both hungry and
late. No, what I actually thought was, if I go at speed, I might just be able to make it.
Like anything, more power.
Just get your foot down. That's all it takes. Just put your foot down.
Dear.
Even if
it's like driving in snow.
Even if it's tight.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, the only way to get through is quickly. Oh. Yeah. It should say on those signs. It should say on the sign.
Put your foot down.
You
might make it.
You'll be right. And if not, two white Muslims will get a right good story out of this one.
Be right.
Berate you off. Oh. I'm just going to ring the wife.
I want to change all those signs in the country.
Yes.
Just to berate.
Berate. Yeah. Chance your arm, love.
Get your foot down.
Berate. Honestly, take it at speed, you'll be fine.
Oh, subhanallah. Oh, do you know what?
What are you doing? I'm printing some new signs. What for? Oh, they're going to go on every bridge around the country. What do they say?
Berate.
Oh dear. The Wicker Archers in Sheffield, and we took young Rio, and we showed him young Rio. Wicker Archers in Sheffield. If you drive underneath and you look up, you can actually see the outline of the hole caused by a World War II bomb
that didn't explode.
That fell
straight through the bridge.
The railway bridge.
Yeah.
Didn't explode.
Yep.
Within days, they had that up and running again.
Yes.
Do you know what the Germans should have done?
Go on.
Less bombs, more trucks.
They should. All they had to do was alter the signs.
Yeah.
Alter the signs.
Oh, a load of signs that just said...
Make them a foot more.
Yeah.
How do you say berate in German? They'd have to say it in English anyway.
In English, yes. I know what is it? Dolph Truckle. Was it Dolph Truckle? Dorf Truckle?
Dorf Truckle.
Dorf Truckle.
Yeah. Village idiots.
Oh, why was somebody pointing that out to us?
I don't know. There are currently 2 villagers missing an idiot.
Yes, exactly. Oh, brilliant. So I like that one.
I love that one too.
You think you're in a bad day?
You're not having a bad day. Not as bad as that fella.
Not as bad as that fella.
Poor fella.
But you know what?
Go on. That'd be right. Back after this. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
Ah, brilliant.
I feel quite refreshed.
Yes.
I've no idea why.
Oh, yes. It's certainly not the amount of sleep.
No. Certainly not.
Oh, lordy.
Sleep, you know what? I remember sleep.
Yes.
Sleep used to be good.
Yes.
I was very good at it as a young teenager as well. I was very good at sleeping.
Wow.
I could sleep most of the day
and
all night.
Oh, my goodness.
I could just do it.
See, I wasn't that. I didn't really.
The in-between times, I was out on my bike with all my mates.
Yeah.
And we just used to ride for miles and miles.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yes.
Yeah. And I had a really, really good bike. Yeah, mine was a chopper.
Oh, brilliant. I wanted a chopper so much.
Loved it. It was an orange chopper.
Yeah.
With 3 gears. Yeah.
Wow.
3 gear. Your gear lever. Yeah. The big long seat.
Yeah. Big handlebars.
Yeah. Big ape
like
hanger.
A chopper handlebar.
Ape hanger handlebars.
Yeah.
And I had a sign on the back saying short vehicle.
Brilliant.
And do you remember the tops of tubes of Smarties?
Yes.
The plastic little rings, plastic rings.
Yeah.
You used to be able to stick those between your spokes on your wheels.
Right.
So you got a multicoloured ring. And as you rode, the ring was just like multicoloured. Yeah, it was just like a multicoloured ring.
Yeah.
It looked amazing. Looked fantastic. So I used to do that.
Yes.
And your plastic lollipop sticks as well.
Yeah, remember that.
Remember those?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So you could tie that into position.
Yeah.
And it it made it sound amazing.
Yes.
So I had a really cool bike.
Yes.
Yeah. And I used to go for miles and miles and miles on it. Loved it.
Same here. I had a racing bike.
But when I wasn't on my bike,
yes,
I was like this.
Wow.
Gone.
I slept well. When I went to bed, I slept. I was out like I always have been. And even to this day, do you know what I mean? I'm out inside a minute.
Less.
You know what I mean? Probably less.
For me, less.
Yeah.
My missus says, "Did you hear the end of the sentence that I started?" I was saying, "How long was the sentence?" She said, "About 5 seconds." I went, "Nope."
Nope. I heard one of those dad jokes recently. He said something like, my wife said to me, "Are you even listening to me?" And I thought that was a really interesting way of starting a conversation. It's just brilliant. Oh, brilliant. Love it.
Excellent.
Yeah, I had a was it a rally sprint or something? I had a rally racing bike in green. Yeah. And it was like brilliant. Went everywhere on it.
Yep.
Everywhere. I wouldn't want my kids going out now because we went everywhere.
Same here.
But there wasn't the traffic that there is nowadays.
There
was a little bit.
We used to stand on our road, which was on a slight hill.
Yep.
We used to look down the hill and over into the distance, and it was a farm. And we spent a lot of our lives on that farm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we used to go down to where the garages were. Because houses didn't have garages. Wow. You had a plot of garages.
Yeah.
Altogether. And then there was a big wall and a fence.
Yeah.
That we used to hop over. And we were in the farm.
Wow.
And we used to get chased, of course,
yep.
by the farmer who wasn't impressed.
Get off my lawn!
Get off. He didn't speak exactly like that because it was a farm in Yorkshire.
Right.
So,
yes.
But we used to go all over the. But I remember one day we all went out and we looked down towards the farm.
Yes.
And in the real distance, really in the distance, it was like a patchwork quilt. All the fields you can see, and there was one that was bright yellow.
Huh.
The yellow field.
Yes.
And we decided we're going to go and find that yellow field.
Yep.
See what it is.
Yep.
Yeah. And we got a packet of biscuits and set off.
Yes.
As you did as a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
And we set off. And it took us about an hour to get to this yellow field. And we found it. It was amazing.
Wow.
And that's the first time I'd seen rapeseed.
Right.
The yellow rapeseed field. Yeah. But that was the first time I'd seen it.
Wow.
We'd never seen a yellow field before, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
So we got to that and had a look. And I thought, all right, it's just yellow flowers.
Yeah.
Right. So what we're going to do now then? We'll just go back.
Yep.
So we just went back, but that was the excursion for the day. That was what we used to do as kids.
Yeah.
So we used to go for miles and miles and miles. We were always active.
Yep.
Always on our bikes or walking or running.
Yep.
Yeah. Always.
Yes.
Non-stop.
Yep. Exactly the same.
But when I wasn't doing that, it was gone.
Wow. Didn't do the sleeping bit, but we did the bikes bit.
Yep.
And we used to, because I used to live on the south side of Sheffield, and we used to go to Chatsworth.
Oh yeah.
We used to go out to Chatsworth, and I could be wrong. It's about 15 miles.
Right. Okay.
We used to go out there. We used to go to each other's houses.
Yeah.
You just went everywhere, and you went on your bike.
Yes.
And then, we didn't have a farm, but we had the woods behind us.
Yeah.
So our house was right on the edge of the woods, through the garden, into the woods, bosh. And it was everything you wanted it to be. It was army country.
Yeah.
It was World War II scene.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was Robin Hood.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And again, you think back to what we used to do, because it was a wood that went down a slope, you could kind of climb up one side of a tree, and because the slope was going upwards, you may be I don't know, 10, 15 feet off the floor.
Yep.
But if you went round to the other side of the tree, you were suddenly 30 feet off the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, brilliant.
Yeah.
At the time, brilliant. But if I thought my kids were doing that now,
you wouldn't like it at all,
I
would
would
you?
not like it.
Danger.
So
the sense
dangerous.
of danger. You don't have a sense of danger as a kid.
You're invincible.
Yeah.
Invincible. I'm going to live forever.
To some extent, I still am.
Yeah, well, it's the same here. Same here.
The mad fools that we are.
Yes. People keep reminding me how old I am. And then I go, oh, yeah. I think we were saying just the other day, something will happen and you'll go, yeah, only a couple of years ago, that, 1985.
Yeah. Just a few years ago.
And it's 30 or
it's
something.
30 years. Yeah, it's crazy.
Lunacy.
Crazy.
I was trying to work out how long I'd had a driving licence.
Yeah.
And it's over 30 years.
Yeah, it's just a few years now. Yeah.
Which, a couple of years, maybe 10 years. 30. How can that be possible? How can it be possible?
I've actually been driving for 40 years.
Wow. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Mind you, you start when you were 3.
I did. I used to nick my dad's car when I was 4.
But yeah, so weird. But the sleepy thing, I didn't really. No, I think about it. Maybe in my teenage years a little bit, but I can remember waking up on Saturday and everybody else in the house was asleep and watching Spider-Man, and that used to start at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning.
Right. Okay.
So
we used to get up as a family, a family of boys. Yeah, there were 5 boys in our house.
Gosh, yeah.
And we used to wake up, and it was somebody had to make some tea, somebody had to make some toast, somebody had to make some porridge or scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
We always used to have breakfast,
yes,
and then take it into the lounge with plates on plates, brilliant. And just sit there eating and watching Scooby-Doo, banana splits, Catch the Pigeon, Wacky Races, etc., etc. All these things were amazing.
Yeah.
And we used to do that every single Saturday morning. Loved it. Fantastic.
Yes.
Brilliant. So breakfast. That's then I'd go for another sleep.
Yeah, I was going to say then you sleep. Oh, I'm worn out.
Oh,
I'm worn out. I've had toast and tea. I've
had it now. I've had it. I need a nap.
Were you the youngest?
No, I was the middle one.
You were the middle?
Middle one of 5.
Middle of 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I used to get it in the neck from the two above. And I used to have to deal with the 2 younger ones and just, help out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was the one that kind of got it from both sides.
Yes.
But that's why now I can cook, I can clean, I can iron, I can do everything that I'd ever need to do.
True.
Yeah. And I regularly think, so what do I need a missus for?
Yes. I mow my own lawn.
All I've got is
the washing.
I've just got the pain and no gain. Does she ever listen to this?
Nobody listens to this rubbish.
I hope not. If she does, I'm in bother.
Yes, absolutely.
Again.
So, the gym. Moving on, quickly.
Moving on. Have we got something to say? Have we got something to talk about, please?
But you were that middle child.
Yes.
The middle child that basically has the biggest psychology bill.
Yes.
Psychiatrist.
Yeah, that's
psychiatrist.
Right. That's psychiatrist bill.
Psychiatrist?
Yes, psychiatric or psychiatrist.
Yes. Bill.
Yes. That's
right. Dear.
Yeah, middle child.
Middle child. There must be a syndrome.
Yeah, there absolutely is. It's called middle child syndrome.
Yeah, there must be.
Yes,
Got to be.
Yes.
Aww.
Yeah. My brother Rob,
yes.
he's just almost 2 years above me.
Right.
And when I was brought home, and it was in the winter of 1963, which was apparently one of the worst winters on record.
Ooh, yeah.
And they had to get me out of hospital and take me home.
Yeah.
And there was 6 feet of snow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 6 feet of snow.
Yeah.
And my dad dug his way.
Yeah.
dug his way through,
in.
and took me into the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my elder brother Robert took one look at me and said, "Put it in the bin." And put the lid on.
Wow.
Yeah. And we've had exactly that relationship.
Yeah, brilliant.
Ever since.
Brilliant. He wasn't mincing his words, was he?
No.
So what exactly do you mean by that, Robert? I'm not sure I fully understand.
Put it in the bin.
It. I thought you were going to say send it back. No, don't be sending it back.
Send it back from whence it came. No, might be a bit difficult, that.
Desist.
might be a bit painful, that.
Yeah, that could be a challenge. Oh, my goodness. Bin him.
Yeah, bin him.
Bin it.
Ooh,
brilliant.
We have a fantastic, fantastic relationship. With all my brothers.
Yeah,
it was great. It was a great house to grow up in. Yeah, because I learnt so much from the elder ones.
Yes,
and the younger ones, they were just we used to do play fights.
Right. Yeah.
And we used to put them in a pretend ring and say, "Come on, it's boxing.
It's boxing
time."
Fight.
And we used to place bets as to who was going to win, and it was hilarious. And invariably, my youngest brother Mick won every time.
Really?
Yeah. And it was so funny, because they actually just did what we were telling them to do.
Yes.
They were just boys, and they just started punching each other. I mean, again, you do that nowadays.
I know,
you could be social services.
Yeah. So what did you do at the weekend? Well, my older brothers put me in a ring with
my younger brother
and put bets on me. Oh, brilliant.
Crazy.
Oh, do you know what?
Go on.
Well, I've just noticed the time.
Oh my goodness.
I think we need to move on.
How did that happen?
I don't know. It just evaporated. It just disappeared is what it did.
Like milk.
Yes.
Evaporated milk.
Yes.
Just
yeah. How is evaporated milk still there?
I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know. Surely it's disappeared.
Exactly. Yeah. Disappeared.
Crazy.
Very good. So we'll do a little bit more of this after
some of that. 3, 2, 1, and
we're back in the room.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh. Back in the room.
Back in the room.
We spend a lot of time in this room.
We do, actually.
An awful lot of time.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I like every second of it.
Me too. I make it nice and comfy.
Yeah, with your feet up.
Got my feet up. Sciatica's gone. It has. It's gone.
Sciatica.
It's gone. I haven't suffered from it in quite a while, and I think it's because I put my feet up a lot.
It's because you sit around doing nothing all the time.
I'm managing the symptoms. That's what I'm doing. I'm managing the symptoms.
Well done.
Oh, brilliant.
Well done.
Brilliant. Right, shall I make you...
Without further ado, shall we?
Shall I make you really mad?
Go on then.
Shall I make you really angry?
Yeah.
Shall I make you tut?
I am ready and waiting with my tutting face on.
Have you got your tutting cap on?
Yeah, well practiced now. Yeah,
about cookies on this side. Right, why is that not disappearing? I'm pressing OK and it's not going anywhere.
You got to press the little X at the top that you can hardly see.
Well, it says a big button that says OK. Nope, it's not that then.
No, it's clearly not that.
No. Okay, right. Do you remember? We talked about the world's tallest statue.
I do remember that.
Yes.
I remember it costing a rather lot of money.
A lot of money.
And there were people starving.
Yes, it was built in one of the most deprived areas of that country. There were people starving, but they got a big statue.
Oh, yippee.
And this statue it's the Statue of Unity, portraying Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, one of the founding fathers of India. And, all credit to him for being one of the founding fathers of India.
Yep.
But I'm not sure he would have said, right, we'll found this country. I love the people in it. Let them starve and build a big statue of me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure he'd have done that. Anyway, Indian officials have
Was he also the founding father of the caste system?
That I don't know. Don't know. So maybe,
I wonder.
Maybe he would then.
Maybe he would.
But they've got this very, 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 very large statue, and people are, looking at it, but they've got no food. They've now had to do something else.
The same people?
The guys who built the statue are now relocating 500 crocodiles from the foot of the world's largest statue to allow seaplanes to bring tourists to the new site.
Huh?
So people can be flown in. They're having to move 500 crocodiles from their natural habitat, and native habitat and environment to facilitate people being able to fly in on seaplanes to go and see the world's largest statue, which in about 7 months is not going to be the world's tallest statue anymore.
No, because there's another one being built, as we know.
Yeah. So far, about a dozen crocodiles, some up to 9 feet long, have been captured after being lured into metal cages with fish. They were moved by pickup truck to be released elsewhere in the western state of Gujarat.
Yeah.
Conversationists have criticised the plan to allow a seaplane service...
Was that conversationists or conservationists?
Conservationists. I'm not sure which better. I said.
I am.
Right, okay. Is that why you picked me up on it? On air.
None taken.
Conservationists, yes I did, because I nearly did it again.
Yeah, I know.
Conservationists criticised the plan to allow a seaplane service to the Statue of Unity, a 587-foot high, bronze-clad depiction of independence hero Sardar Patel. Tourists are currently forced to endure a 125-mile bus journey to see this. I mean, they probably only had to do half of it, and they could
see it in the distance.
I'm going to say they could see
get some binoculars, love.
Yeah,
some binoculars.
Don't look that big. We're still 100 miles away.
Yeah.
It's only an inch tall.
It is big then. It's one of those where you stand in front of it with your hand out, and somebody gets that photo at the
yes,
angle.
yeah.
So it's in your hand.
The statue. Look at that. I'm holding the statue.
In your hand.
It's only an inch tall. Get ready. To get to the £330 million statue.
Subhanallah.
Now, to be fair, it boasts a viewing platform near Mr. Patel's chest and is more than twice the size of the Statue of Liberty. Brilliant. Ask me in a year to name a famous statue. I will still be able to name
Statue of Liberty.
The Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. Yes.
But it's half the size. Yeah. So.
And it's still.
It's not about the size.
Iconic.
It's iconic.
Yeah.
Give us your weather beaten, whatever it is. Give us your poor. Give us your sick. It's saying anybody is welcome. Not so much now, but let's, So, Community Science Centre Director told the Times of India the government was breaking wildlife protection rules and putting the animals' lives at risk. For what? For the tallest statue in the world, which nobody
really wants to see.
And if they do want to see it, they have to either travel 125 miles or get on a plane just to see this thing. Extraordinary.
Did you mention 330 million pounds on this statue? When there are people in that region who literally have no food?
Yes. Now, editor of the wildlife magazine Sanctuary Asia is quoted to have said, "Have we collectively lost our minds?" And it's worth doing this whole thing just for that quote.
That's a rhetorical question.
Yes, I think you have. The statue, which is 9 times the size of the Angel of the North. But guess what? In a year from now, if you say the Angel of, I'll go, the North!
The North!
Yes, because I'll remember that one.
Yep.
Extraordinary. Yes,
it's honestly, it makes me so riled up.
Yes.
I daren't actually start speaking.
Yeah, absolutely. On many levels.
I'm going to say the wrong thing on air.
Yes, on some people out there might think, it's brilliant, that.
I've said I like this job.
Yes.
I don't want to lose it.
Yes.
Because of a statue that cost £330 million in a region where people are starving to death.
Yes, and the only way to get to it is to do a 125-mile bus trip to see it. Because they couldn't build it where people are.
Or you could fly in on a seaplane.
But only if they move 500 crocodiles.
They've got to get rid of 500 crocodiles from their natural native habitat.
But it's the mere fact that they hadn't thought about that beforehand.
I know. Who plans this kind of stuff?
I don't think planning...
No.
Just somebody says, have I got a budget? Yeah. How much? About 400 million? Do you know, I'm going to save you 70... I only need 330 million.
Yep.
Shall we pocket the rest?
So, yeah, shall we?
I guess.
Shall we just have a few parties, shall we?
Oh, my goodness. So, yes. And what's it famous for? It's the tallest in the world. But not forever.
For long.
Not for long, because somebody's going to beat that.
Yep. They're already doing it. They're already doing it.
Oh, do you know, if you said, name a famous tall building in America, what would you say is perhaps the most famous tall building in America?
Well, it used to be the Empire State Building,
I would still say it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, when it was built, what was it? It was the tallest.
It was the tallest skyscraper in the world.
Is it anywhere near that now?
Nothing like.
No.
Nothing like.
No. But people remember it because it was the first.
Yes.
So be the first, brilliant, or be iconic. Brilliant. Don't just try and be the tallest.
No.
Because in 6 months from now...
Nobody remembers.
And you won't be.
No.
You won't be. I remember the Angel of the North. Why? Because it's near. I pass it.
You go up the A1, you can't miss it.
Pass it.
You can't miss it.
You pass it. Oh, but it's no.
And it looks pretty spectacular.
It is. It is brilliant. That said, I remember people complaining when that was built. Oh, what a waste of money.
Yeah.
But it wasn't 330 million.
I doubt that.
No. So extraordinary. It just
why do they do
this?
Gets worse. Why do they do this?
It gets worse. Just to annoy us.
First, they've succeeded. They've succeeded in annoying me.
Much.
So first of all, they spent £330 million on creating the tallest statue in the world.
Yes,
which
far away from humanity
last
as possible.
Long because somebody will just do another taller one at some point.
They've
probably started making it now.
In fact, if it was in Scotland, it would already be taller. Do you know why?
Why?
Because if it's in Glasgow Square, George Square in Glasgow, it'd have a cone on his head.
It would. A traffic cone on his head.
Because we know that Glasgow City Council pays £10,000 a year just to remove it.
Removing the cone off the head of the statue in St. George's Square.
George's Square.
Wow.
Oh, brilliant.
Incredible.
Brilliant.
So not only have they spent £330 million, £330 million in a part of the world where people are dying because they have no food.
Let's build it there. Why should we build it there? Because we can build it there because nobody's got any money to stop us.
Yeah.
But it also means that nobody's got any money to go and see it.
That's right.
So, we'll bust them in.
I tell you what, we'll put it in a place that's really hard to get to.
Yes. Yeah.
So it becomes a day excursion to go and see this thing. It becomes a day trip.
Yes.
So you go, you see it, you come
back again.
So how many people are going to actually?
I don't know.
Do that?
I don't.
Trip
I honestly
to see.
Don't know. Well, what I would say is, I don't know.
And then you have the bright idea. I tell you what, we'll bring them in by seaplane. But we have to land them on this water.
Yes.
And that means that we'll probably injure or kill multiple crocodiles.
So let's move the crocodiles.
Because
we wouldn't want to spoil anybody's holiday.
So the person that gave the planning consent for this statue to be built in the first place and then to be situated where it currently is was a bit of a moron.
Yes. Let's say. Yes.
Okay. Right.
Challenged.
And I wonder how much of that £330 million it actually cost.
Yes. And I wonder how much of that went to local builders.
Shall we hazard a guess?
Oh, I could hazard a guess.
About 40 quid?
Yes. Yes.
It's crazy.
Extraordinary. So
crazy. That doesn't annoy me.
Have we lost our collective minds?
You've just annoyed me.
Yes, I thought I might.
Sinead, you've annoyed me today.
I thought I might.
You have annoyed me.
Yes, I thought that one might.
I'm annoyed.
Yeah, I am. I find myself
there's no
annoyed.
coming back from this.
Do you know what I think?
Go on.
I think we've collectively lost our minds.
I think we've collectively lost most of our listeners as well.
Yes,
because they'll be annoyed too.
Sense of humanity.
They'll be shouting at the radio saying, "Oh, how dare they!" Like it's our fault.
There'll be at least some out there going, "Oh, I think it's a great idea."
Don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. We have the world's tallest statue. They'll be saying, "Really?
Really?
Really?"
Don't think so.
Not for long, anyway. Not fun.
Well, enjoy it while it lasts.
Somebody's going to copy it and just put a cone on
while
its
it lasts.
head, so they'll have the taller one.
Subhanallah. Shall we?
I think we are.
I think we need to go away.
Obliged.
We need to go away.
Yes.
And come back with a more cheery disposition.
Yes.
And talk about something that makes us laugh rather than makes us recoil in anger.
Absolutely. Got
Cup of tea. Cup of tea.
Let's do that.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi
Wa barakatuh.
Is that us in?
I think we're in.
Is that us ready?
I think we're live. That light's come on saying
the
Mike
lights
live.
come on. The lights come
Mike
on.
live. I'm yet to meet Mike.
He's a lively chap.
But he's live.
Yes.
That light definitely tells me the mic is live.
The mic is Mike live. Or Mike live.
Mike live. Oh yeah. yeah. Oh, it might be MIC, whatever that could stand for.
Yes.
I'll have to have a think about that.
Too
I'll have to have a think about it. Yeah, way too early.
But we do have some words that, taken out of context, you've no
Doesn't
idea
matter what time of day it is, does it? It's always too early in the morning.
It's always too early. Always too early. But I think if it's 11 o'clock at night, I know way too early. Way too early.
Crazy. So, what have you got to report?
READ. Is that read or read?
Oh, well, it could be either. It depends on the context in which it's written, doesn't it?
ROW.
Row.
Is that row
or
row?
Well, if you're in a boat, it's probably a row. If you're in a boat with my missus, definitely.
Yes,
well,
yes.
I tell you, getting my missus to do that rowing lark with the oars, she can't even lift them. Honestly, the oars are actually wider than her arms.
Yes.
Sorry, thicker than her arms.
There she is. Putting them in the Rolex.
I beg your pardon, sir.
No, it's true.
Rolex, because that's what they're called, isn't it?
They are.
The things that you put your oars in.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like one of my more preferred makes of watch. That's a Rolex.
Rolex.
And a Britling.
Isn't English an odd language?
It is.
How do people actually, for foreign people learning English?
Oh, it must be a nightmare.
Terrible.
Must be a nightmare.
It's terrible.
Yep. Does it mean live or live? I don't know.
Yeah. What happens when you're coughing?
When you're coughing?
Yeah.
You go...
No, it's not the cough that carries you off, is it? It's the coughing that carry you off in.
My granddad used to love... it's a Yorkshire phrase, tin, tin, tin.
Tin, tin, tin.
Which is...
It isn't.
The can is empty. Tin, tin, tin.
It isn't in the tin.
It isn't in the tin.
Tin, tin, tin.
Tin, tin, tin. Brilliant.
Although in certain parts of the country they would not understand a word of that.
No, very true. I remember
people ought to learn Yorkshire.
Well, exactly.
It's actually a language in itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I was in Sheffield, we had a couple or a family move into us next door, and they were from not Sunderland and not Newcastle, the bit in between.
Durham.
No. Oh my goodness, this is terrible. Because is it They were Mackhams anyway.
Right.
So
Middlesbrough.
They were from Middlesbrough. Very good. Hey, very good. Very good. And the lady went to work, and she came home and she said, "What does while mean?"
Huh?
So what do you mean? She goes, "Well, I went in and they said we have to work 9 while 5, and you have your lunch 12 while 1."
Okay.
I said it means until.
Yes.
But she just couldn't get her head round what while meant.
Really?
So 12 while 1, she was like, "What?
What does that mean?
Couldn't get her head around, and she couldn't work.
Wow.
And again, like what we're talking about in context, surely you could work that one out.
Yeah,
I'm
sure you could. Yeah,
I assumed that's what it meant. Well, it does. 9 while 5 means 9 until 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
of course. But it's amazing. Dialect makes it even more difficult. My good lady is of course Scottish, and
Glaswegian no less.
Has a Glaswegian accent and approach to life.
Yep.
So she says, if anybody upsets her, she, as she describes it, goes Glaswegian on their head.
Yeah, she does. I've seen her go Glaswegian.
Yes. And there are some more broad Glaswegians, which it's a little bit of a challenge at times. A little bit when it's all hockey. But then I went to Aberdeen.
It's a different world.
There are people in Glasgow that can't understand Aberdeen.
Can't understand Aberdeen.
It's incredible.
I worked with a guy when I was employed for my 20-year stint of employment. At one brief part of that, it was actually about 2 years.
Oh wow!
Where the branch that I was working in,
yes,
had a new manager, and he was from Aberdeen.
Oh wow!
And on his first day, honestly, we were having a meeting. I was saying, this is how we need to do this, and this is how we need to do that, and this is what you should be looking out for, and this is what you should be doing. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I actually asked him for the next day to come with subtitles, please. Either speak slowly, or bring subtitles, because I'm struggling, mate.
This is really
struggling.
Yeah.
And I was searching for an easy way to say that, and a polite way to say that. Yeah. I thought, nah, sod it.
No, sod it.
Come with subtitles, mate.
I'll be
next
honest
time.
with you. Can't understand a word. Your lips are moving, but it's just like white noise.
It's just noise. It's just noise coming out.
I remember being up at my in-laws' house, so the good lady's mum and dad.
Yeah.
Now, the good lady's mum and dad came to Glasgow from Pakistan.
Yep.
Much like your in-laws. So
doesn't it? You know, I was watching a programme the other day, and it was one of the BBC travel show programs.
Yes.
You know, it's part of BBC News.
Yeah.
And these two guys had gone in a kayaks.
Right.
Yeah. And they'd got all the stuff packed up, and the tents and everything, all waterproof stuff. And they packed it into these kayaks, and they'd gone down a river. And they'd chosen to do a stretch of river in northeast Pakistan.
Oh, wow.
And the scenery. I've never seen anything like it in my life. And the colour of that water.
Really?
It was beautiful blue, crystal blue colour.
Well, whenever...
And there were mountains, snow-capped, and just everything about the place was stunning.
Beautiful, yes.
And I think to come from there to Glasgow is actually a real hard luck story.
Well, absolutely. Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, my mother-in-law to this day says, "Oh, you must come to Murray."
Yeah,
you
Murray.
Must come to Murray. She goes,
I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
Snow up in the mountains. Glorious green. Because we'll take her out into the Dales, and we'll take her out for drives in Yorkshire, and she'll say, "Oh, it's beautiful. It's just like Murray." And
so
I'm going,
you know,
really?
the mainstay of the main population of Bradford, Mirpuris.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Mirpur is very close to the road where you take the road up into the mountains,
right? And
that takes you to Murray.
Is that taking the high road?
It is taking the high road.
Wow.
Absolutely. But if you go along that road and get to Murray and then keep going, another however long, you come to the village where our station manager comes from.
Of course.
And he talks about that a lot.
Yes.
And he talks about how beautiful it is.
He says how beautiful it is.
Do you know, I've now seen it. My good lady and two daughters, when they went to visit Pakistan, they visited Mirpur. Yep. They also visited Islamabad because they got relatives. We've got relatives in both places.
Yep.
And they went to Murray.
Right.
So they went up that road and they saw that scenery, and they said it's absolutely staggeringly beautiful.
Wow.
And I just think, from there to Bradford, you know, what? And I get it because there's low employment, and it's a difficult life. It's a tough life, and there's a lot of poverty and hardship. And I get that, and that's most of Bradford.
Yeah.
No. Sorry. That's why these people came over to secure work and secure income and send money back to support the families over there, which was fine. But I have to say that if I'd done that and I'd got off the boat or the plane here and I'd look around at Bradford, I'd have thought, hang on a minute, here we've got untold natural beauty.
Yes.
This is paradise on earth. This is just the scenery to in your dreams.
Yes.
Yeah. to Bradford,
Yes.
I'd have been thinking, I'm
Hang on a minute.
not going to be here for long.
Hang on,
I'll
just
do a couple of years,
Yeah.
get some money behind me, and then I'm off ski.
Off ski.
I'm off.
Oh.
Yeah,
But yeah,
absolutely.
given that they came across from Pakistan in, I believe, late 60s, early 70s.
Yep.
Well, in fact, it would be mid to late 60s.
Mid-late 60s,
Yeah. And therefore, English is their second language.
Yes.
And they're in the middle of Glasgow.
Yes.
I was up there when they were having some block paving done
Okay.
at the house.
Yep.
And they had a group of guys in doing the block paving, proper Glaswegian guys doing the block paving. And really, really broad Glaswegian. So understanding English as your second language is one thing.
Yep.
Understanding Scottish as your second language.
Different thing altogether.
A different thing altogether. And this guy, of course, looks at me as the white guy and goes off on the, hey, and I just went, and I literally looked at him and went, what? No. And my father-in-law responded in kind, and it was just hilarious. So look at the white guy. Oh, the white guy will understand, mate. No. I think you need to speak to my father, to my, of Pakistani heritage father-in-law who can understand you better than I can. Yeah. Brilliant.
Oh, no. Who can understand you?
Understand you? Full stop. Yes. Oh, so funny.
Crazy.
So, I mean, what a talent to learn English and then understand Scottish, eh?
In that kind of dialect.
In that
absolutely.
kind of dialect. Incredible.
It's a real talent.
My goodness.
Yeah, amazing.
But love the Scottish accent.
Yep.
Love it. Love the Irish accent.
Oh, so
I tell you, no.
Large.
I love the dialects.
Brilliant.
All this difference. And one of the issues with television is that dialects are disappearing.
Yep.
Because people are all speaking American.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh.
Terrible.
You know, there are people in America that think there is such a thing as speaking American.
I know.
They don't realise that they're speaking English
it's actually
with an
English.
American accent.
Yeah,
Speak American. No, you're not.
No,
you're not. Because it's our country. Of course, we're speaking our language. Okay, go to Portugal. They speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Most South American countries speak Spanish.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what country you're in.
Go to Canada.
Yes.
They're French.
Half of those are French. So, yes, I speak American. No, you're not.
No, you don't. You're speaking English.
You're not.
You're speaking English badly.
Poorly.
Yes.
You can't spell colour.
You've got such a lazy accent.
Yes.
You slur your words.
Your words.
You elongate your vowels.
Sober. Yes.
Crazy.
Yep.
There's no need for that at all.
And
you don't pronounce your T's. You don't pronounce your T's. You pronounce it with a D instead.
Go on, what's that?
They're pronounced T's.
Ah, that's true, actually.
Yeah.
And
well, they do when it's at the start of a word.
Yes.
Yeah? So,
yes.
Tommy, etc.
Yeah.
They do pronounce T's, but not when it's in the middle of a word. They pronounce it as a D.
Yes. Yeah. And you mentioned Tommy.
Yeah.
That's incredible, because one of the stories that we were going to go through was this old chap.
Yep.
And bless him, his eyesight's fading.
Okay.
His hearing's fading.
Yep.
And he's finding it really difficult to speak.
Yep.
So kind of cognitive functions there.
Yep.
But eyesight really poor. Can't hear much, and he's finding it very, very difficult to speak.
Okay.
But it's pinball. There'll be people out there going, what?
What?
What? The Who classic.
Sure plays a mean pinball.
Dear. He sure plays a mean pinball. That deaf, dumb and blind kid. Oh, dear. Right. Anyway, is that getting us any closer? I'll tell you what it's getting us closer to.
A cup of tea. Do you know what? I've for the first time in the history of our radio show, I've just announced I'm having some tea.
Yay!
It's not coffee. You can have your coffee.
Not some tea, because we say it properly.
Yeah, we do. So you can have coffee. You can have that. I'll have tea, thank you.
Well, thank you very much indeed.
Off you trot.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
No. You start.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh. It's weird,
Just
that, isn't it?
feels odd.
I know, it's
It's
weird.
not right, is it?
It's Weird.
We'll do that again, shall
Yes.
we? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
See, that works.
I know.
It feels natural.
It feels natural because I know my lines.
Yes, yeah. When I say Islamic, you don't go, well, oh, no, not that one.
Walaikum salam. Don't.
Nope. But it's weird. Habits, ingrained patterns of performance.
I was out last night.
Right.
At a zikr
Brilliant.
evening.
Yes.
I love these.
Yeah.
They're great. And there's a lot of evidence, from the time of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May the peace, blessings and mercy of Allah be with him.
Yep.
There's a lot of evidence from that time that collective zikr by the Sahaba, by the companions of Prophet, peace be upon him, that used to take place.
Right.
Yeah. And all it is you'll discuss a word such as Subhanallah.
Yes.
I mean, we say that every day.
We do.
Subhanallah.
Yep.
We say it, which means glory be to Allah.
Yes.
Subhanallah. There's a lot of people use the word Subhanallah without actually realising what it means and realising the context in which it can and should be said.
Yeah.
But I use Subhanallah a lot because I get what it means, and I like the use of it because it's anything that you can do throughout every minute of every day of your life to remember Allah is worth doing, and it's worth remembering.
Yeah.
Because if we don't, we very quickly forget Allah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Isn't that true?
Yes.
We carry on our daily lives, and this dunya kind of
all
just
these other
sucks you
things,
in
money,
and just
cars.
brings you. You think
I've
about.
got to get petrol. Got to buy some shopping. All this other stuff gets into.
Yeah, absolutely, it does,
Just
and it seems so important because it is.
Because it is.
You have to live your life.
Absolutely.
But if you can live your life and remember Allah at the same time, that's what we're supposed to do.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was at this zikr evening last night. We had my. I think he's my favourite source of information.
Right.
Sheikh Rani.
Yes.
I think he's my favourite guy for getting information.
Yeah.
Because he says things with massive knowledge.
Yep.
Just incredibly accurate recall of knowledge.
Supported.
And it's all in his head.
Yeah.
And he's amazingly intelligent, amazingly knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Because he can then take some fairly difficult concepts.
Yes.
And just make them really easy to understand.
Yeah. And current.
Love the way he does that.
Yeah.
Love these evenings because it's we get an introduction by him, and he goes into all sorts of detail about all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And then we do the collective zikr, which is fine, and we'll recite words such as Subhanallah, 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 Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, and then we'll do the calls, and we'll there's all sorts of things going on for about half an hour.
Yep.
And then whoever's hosting the zikr evening, we'll do it at some point.
Yep.
There's usually some food served, and then everybody sits around and has a chat. And I get to talk to Sheikh Rani for about half an hour, and the man's just out there, is just brilliant. Yeah, and he just says, "Let's ask anything you like.
Yeah,
ask anything. This is about acquiring knowledge.
Yes.
This is about sharing knowledge.
Yeah,
and if we all have knowledge and share that knowledge, the truth about Islam spreads.
Yes,
and the truth about what Islam is about spreads.
Great.
And he said very importantly, he said, Islam and the Islam. Our beloved Prophet, as part of his farewell speech, said, "I've left you with everything that you need. To make your way, and to be successful in this life, and be successful in the hereafter, inshallah. That being, I have left you with the Quran, and my Sunnah, my example. And if you follow the Quran, which is an instruction book, for want of a better description,
no more complicated than that.
But it is. If you follow what's written in the Quran and the teachings from the Quran, which were written and given to us by Allah Himself.
Yep.
If you do that and follow my example, because He was the last and He was the final, the seal of the prophets.
Yeah.
If we can do that, follow His example and follow what's written in the instruction book called the Quran,
Yep.
we will have a successful life.
Yes.
We will have a successful hereafter.
Yep.
Inshallah. Allah knows best.
Yep.
But inshallah, that's what we've been taught. So he raised the point, and he said, and very importantly, so many people read the Quran in Arabic.
Yep.
They don't speak Arabic.
Yes.
So many people.
Yep.
So many. And I've encountered this before.
Yep.
And to be fair, I don't speak Arabic.
No.
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a copy of the Quran, which has 3 columns on each page.
Yes.
The rightmost column is the Arabic.
Yep.
Yep. The middle column is transliterated
Yep.
Arabic.
Yep.
So it's the Arabic words but written in English.
In English, absolutely.
So I can read it and pronounce the words.
Yes.
And then you have English.
English.
Which
English
is the translation
Yes.
of what this Arabic actually means.
Yep.
So when I read the Quran, I can say the words in Arabic,
Yes.
because it's been made easy for me to do that.
Yep.
But I can also read the words in English, which
Yes.
is the language that I understand.
Absolutely.
Now, Sheikh makes the important point that it's better to have a number of different translations,
Yes.
because none of them do it perfectly
Yep.
all the way
Yep.
through. So read and pick out what you believe is the best
Yep.
best fit. And when you read 3 people's different translations of the same thing,
Yes.
you kind of get a good feeling as to
Yes.
what that actually
Yeah.
means.
But it is surprising the differentions.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was looking at one recently. It was something that I think you sent me across, actually. It might have been, a hadith of the day.
Yep.
But it then got several different
Yes.
kind of,
Yep.
so-and-so says it, so-and-so says it,
Interpretation.
Interpretation.
Yes. Yes.
And the gist was the same, but
Yes.
actually, 2 of them you could say, that's quite different.
That's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah.
You can, and you can with different translations of
Yes.
the Quran. So he makes the point that if you want to follow the example of our beloved Prophet,
Yes.
sallallahu alaihi wasallam,
Yeah.
in I have left you with all you need,
Yeah.
that being the Quran and
Yes.
my example.
Yep.
If you want to follow that example, then the best thing to do is read the Quran in the language that you best understand.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep.
So if you understand English, read it in English.
Yes.
If you understand French, get French translation.
Yes.
If you understand German, get the Quran in German.
Yes.
Because these exist. The Quran has been translated into every language
Absolutely.
on the planet.
Absolutely.
So if you get the copy of the Quran in the language that you best understand,
Yes.
still read it in Arabic,
Yes.
but also understand the translation
Absolutely.
of what you're actually reading.
Yes.
So he said for people, for example, who we must pray 5 times a day.
Yes.
Yeah, we must pray 5 times a day. And if you can do an additional 12 rakat, and this is a hadith narrated by Aisha,
Yeah.
may Allah be pleased with her.
Mm-hmm.
If you can read an additional 12 rakat per day, that builds you a mansion in paradise.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, what is the 12 additional rakat? What are they?
Mm.
They're the sunnah prayers that we do.
Right. Yeah.
So if you do our fard salah, what
Yep.
you're supposed to do,
Yes.
or what you're obliged to do, what the
Yep.
obligation is, and also the sunnah, you followed his example, sallallahu alaihi wasallam,
Yep.
that doesn't just get you to paradise, it
Yep.
gives you a mansion there.
Wow.
Alhamdulillah.
Yep.
So you wouldn't know that unless you understood. I wouldn't know that from just reading the Arabic.
Yes.
Do you understand? It's
Well, you
because
wouldn't know-
all the
you wouldn't know
hadith were in
any of
Arabic
the
as well.
rule
Because
book,
all the hadith are in Arabic
Yes.
as well. Because that was the language that
Absolutely.
he,
Yeah.
sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he spoke.
Yeah.
So I think the important message that came out was, when you pray and prayer is one of the 5 pillars
Yes.
of Islam. It's an obligation on us. We have to do this, and I say that because that's generally the understanding. We have to do this.
Yeah.
In reality, it's not a have to for me. It's actually I want to do this because I love it.
Absolutely.
It's my time off during the day. It's my rest. It's my time off during the day.
Yeah.
Get rid of all the dunya rubbish that goes through your head every minute of every day. Just get rid of that for 5 minutes and just say thanks to Allah.
Yeah.
Say your prayers. But when you're saying your prayers, you have to know what you're saying.
Yes.
Because otherwise it's just meaningless noise.
Yep.
Meaningless noise and some kind of yoga.
Yes. Yeah.
Which it is.
Coward dog.
Yeah.
But the fact is, there will be some people listening to this who'll go, what?
I know.
I was told
Yeah.
specifically,
Yep.
do not read this in the language that you understand.
Correct.
Only in Arabic.
Only in Arabic, yes.
Allah only hears the Arabic.
Yes.
Only ever in Arabic.
Yes.
I have a bit of an issue with that.
Okay, so do I.
I can't help but think that the people that said that were the ones that wanted to stay in control of the knowledge. No, don't read this because you might get to know what I know, and then I don't have any superiority over you.
Need to be a bit careful with this. Need to be a bit careful, but that's absolutely bang on right in my opinion too.
Yep.
Yeah. So for anybody out there listening to this, the Quran is the word of Allah.
Yes.
This is what Allah wants us to understand.
And it was given to the whole of humanity, not a few select people.
That's right.
To then tell everybody else. No.
That's right.
The book was given to the whole of humanity.
Yep.
For then and for all time after.
Yep. That's right.
For everybody.
So if you...
what are we told to... Well, again... If you read and understood it in a language that you understand, what are we told to do? Question it. Read. Analyse.
Yeah, cogitate.
How can you do that?
Think
if
about
it's
it.
in a language that you don't understand.
You can't. And this is where understanding is so important. And particularly I'll say it's always been important throughout all times.
Yes.
But I think today is massively important because now we've got the stigma of Islam. We've got people saying bad things about Islam.
Yes.
We've got people misinterpreting, misrepresenting, misunderstanding.
We have non-Muslims who are reading the Quran in the language that they understand and then trying to have conversations with Muslims about it.
Yes.
And Muslims are saying,
I don't know.
I've never read that.
I know.
So non-Muslims are saying, well, hang on a minute. So I've read it and you haven't.
Yep.
I've read it and
I understand your religion.
I understand. And
better than you do. Yeah.
Well, how can you tell me that your religion is right if you don't know what your religion is?
Exactly.
Oh, well,
exactly.
I know what I was told. Yeah, but how do you know that you were told correctly? I'm not saying that you weren't.
Yeah.
But how do you know that you were told correctly if you haven't read it in a language that you
don't
understand? Plus, it's brilliant.
It's
why would you not?
It's amazing.
Why would you not?
Subhanallah.
Why would you not?
Subhanallah.
But again, easy to say. When I say easy to say, it's not hard to do.
It's not hard to do. That's right. It's easy to say, easy to do.
Especially given, I'm sure there'll be some dramas on in the house. We'll turn it off and read for a bit. You know what I mean? I'm sure there'll be some the things that we do, which you know what I mean. Turn them off. Turn it off for a bit.
Turn them off.
Oh, Simpsons is on. Turn it off.
10 minutes per day.
Yeah.
Read the Quran for 10 minutes per day. Per day. It'll take you a year to get through it at that rate.
Yeah.
But read it for 10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
In the language that you understand.
Yeah. And if you'd started a year ago, you'd finish today.
Yes. And you'd know. You would know. And if there's any difficult stuff in there that you can't quite get your head around, there's plenty of people out there that do know that can answer. Excuse me, do apologise. That can answer your question.
Yes.
Yeah. So don't be fearful of it. This is not supposed to be. This religion is not supposed to be shrouded in mysticism. It's not.
Nor is it supposed to be difficult, and it's not supposed to be a burden.
No, it's supposed to be easy. And in fact, use me as an example. I could be your source of inspiration because, Junaid, as you well know, if I can do it,
anybody can.
Absolutely. There you go. And I mean that sincerely.
Yes.
I'm profoundly dyslexic, and I find reading things or retaining information very difficult.
Yeah.
It's actually it's troublesome for me.
Yes.
But I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Some people use that word all the time. They don't even know what it means.
I was thinking,
Hamd.
you will say to some... Oh, sorry, go on.
Hamd is praise. Yep. So, Alhamdulillah. Yeah. Praise be to Allah.
Yep.
And who is more worthy of praise than Allah? And who is more deserving of praise than Allah? And does the burden fall upon to say Alhamdulillah and say praise be to Allah and thank you to Allah. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. You should know this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should know. Just if you don't, I get why not.
Yes.
And if you haven't done this, I understand why not. And I know that there are people out there dissuading you from doing this.
Yep.
And say, no. Just stick to Arabic. You get the swab, you get the reward for reading in Arabic. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Do that.
You do.
Do that.
Do that.
Do that.
But also...
Then read it in a language.
Exactly.
Oh, but I don't get reward for that. You don't get reward for watching dramas.
That's right.
You don't get reward for sitting and staring at the ceiling.
That's right.
So instead of doing those two things...
Just read the Quran.
Read a tiny little bit in...
Yeah, 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes a day. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Just start at the very, very beginning. Yeah.
Yes.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. When you understand the significance of those words,
yes.
Praise to Allah, the Rabb, the Lord, the owner of the Alameen, the whole of creation. Alhamdulillah. Just understand at least what you're saying when you pray.
Yeah.
Inshallah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Preach a bit. Shall I climb down from my pulpit?
I think you should jump off your high horse.
Should I take the lift down from my ivory tower? Should I?
Yes, most definitely. Doesn't stop it being true. Doesn't stop it being true. Brilliant.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh. Star Trek.
Star Trek.
You know I'm a Trekkie.
I know you're a Trekkie.
I've been a Trekkie all my life.
Yes.
I used to watch James T. Kirk.
Yes.
Yeah. And Leonard McCoy as Spock.
Yes.
I used to watch them
which
when I was a
by
kid.
the way, Mr. Spock.
Mr. Spock.
Not
Dr. Spock.
So many people said Dr. Spock. What
No, it's
Dr.
not.
Spock, the bloke who wrote books about kids?
I don't know. I don't know. There is no Dr. Spock.
No, not in Star
my
Trek,
head.
there isn't.
No, not in Star Trek.
No.
That name doesn't belong there.
Exactly.
It's Mr. Spock.
Mr. Spock.
Yes. And but I'm a Trekkie.
Yes.
And I liked Star Trek as a kid. Growing up, I watched it every week. I looked forward to it. Loved it as a kid. Brilliant.
Why not?
So then the movies came out.
Yeah.
I was thinking, they've lost it.
Trying to save a whale.
They spent too much on this.
Yeah.
They've spent too much and tried to bigger it up in a way that it just didn't need.
Yes.
Because I liked the really bad effects.
Well, actually,
I liked the polystyrene rocks.
Yes.
I liked the bad sets.
Yeah.
That's part of Star Trek.
Yeah.
It's part
fair
of it.
comment.
I liked it.
If somebody's going down to the planet with them and you've never seen him before, he's not going to survive.
No.
You
That's
just
right.
knew that was the
Yeah,
case.
he's the first
You
one to.
just
He's the
knew
first one
that
to
was the
die.
case.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Yes.
And what do they meet on all these planets? Who do they meet? Well, the people, aren't they?
A load of people
Yeah.
who happen to speak
English.
Oh,
well, American. So I didn't quite get that, but
Yes,
I was prepared to forgive that.
yes.
Because
What is it?
I liked.
Willing suspension of disbelief.
I liked. Where does that come from? Is that your training head?
No, that's from
Is that your
Blackadder.
psychology? Oh, Blackadder. I thought it was your psychological training head coming
Yeah.
in.
There's nobody
Blackadder.
staring in disbelief at my willing suspension.
Fantastic. But I have to say,
Yes,
Star Trek.
when you went out, George, and painted the trenches, I was expecting rather more gun emplacements and trench systems and fewer elephants. Because you did it all from his imagination. Sorry, yes, carry on. Trekkie.
I used to like Star Trek.
Yes.
When they made the movies,
yes,
I wasn't really that keen because they spent too much money and
yes,
it went over the top a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they started these new series.
Yes.
With what's his name?
Jean-Luc
Picard. Yeah, what's his name? In real life, what's his name?
Oh,
he's a famous actor. He's actually a Shakespearean. He is a really, really highly acclaimed famous actor.
Yes.
I can't remember his name now.
Nor can I.
Anyway, do you know where he grew up?
No.
Heckmondwike.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
He went to Hecky School.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know who he went with? You know my friend Margaret?
Yes.
They were at school together.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and they were busy mates at school together.
Wow.
And he still writes to her.
Oh, that's
so
brilliant.
and he's a great guy, and he's as down to earth as they come.
Yep.
And he's just a really nice bloke. Anyway,
yes.
So they made that series.
How was that?
No, it didn't.
Did it not capture?
It just got a bit weird.
Yes.
A bit weird.
Yeah.
Had Whoopi Goldberg in.
Oh, that's right.
She didn't belong in Star Trek.
No.
That's just my opinion, but she didn't.
Jumping Jack Flash.
But then they did the another version of it as well, which didn't quite do it for me.
Yeah.
Because it had a robot in it. I kind of started really going off it.
Yes. Yeah.
But then Voyager came out.
Was Voyager good? And which one's Voyager? Voyager is the I'm trying to think who. Does that have the bloke who can't see in it?
No. That's the previous one.
The other one, yeah.
So this one's got a woman captain.
Ah, right, okay.
And a first officer.
Yes.
And then they encounter the Borg.
Oh, that rings a bell.
Yes. Yeah. And one of the Borg come aboard and become part of the crew.
Oh wow!
And, I quite liked Voyager. That was okay.
Voyager
it came back. I thought, right, I'm up for this, and I liked the plots, and I liked the stories, and I liked how it all panned out, and the characters kind of worked.
Yep,
and that was great. But then the Star Trek movie came out.
Yes.
Now, what's the guy that also does the Hugo Boss advert? And everybody thinks he's perhaps the most beautiful man that ever walked the earth. I can't remember his name, but he plays Captain Kirk.
Right. Is that the one that we watched in your car when we got stuck in traffic?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, on the way back from Manu, wasn't it? Yeah.
Manu, kids were asleep in the back.
Yeah.
And we watched Star Trek.
Yeah.
4 hours.
Fantastic.
Parked on the M62. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that was amazing.
That film was
I'm going to say
brilliant.
And that was almost like a prequel.
Yes,
the prequel.
Yes,
that was. This is how they all came to meet.
This is how they came together. Yeah.
Yes,
they've done a few of those films.
Yeah, they've all been highly
brilliant.
Yes,
absolutely love them.
Yes,
absolutely love them. So from something as in my childhood, I used to really love Star Trek, and then it just got a little bit strange.
Yeah,
and then it got to from sublime to ridiculous.
Yes,
and then it's kind of done a full circle,
and they've captured it back.
And
Voyager in the films.
When I said in the first Star Trek Star Trek movies, they'd put too much money into it, and and it had gone away from what it set out to be as a series.
Yeah.
But now they've put this ultra high budget Hollywood spectaculars together, and they are brilliant.
This is the films. The films were
brilliant,
extraordinarily good.
Brilliant.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch one of those next time I have a couple of hours to spare.
Brilliant.
I'm gonna watch one.
Brilliant.
Are you into Star Trek?
No.
How about Star Wars?
Oh, you see, now that's where.
Now I'll tell you what. I'm just going to back off from my microphone because I'm going to leave him talking, and if I don't stop him at some point with a cup of coffee, he's going to talk all day.
I do like my Star Wars, but it was a similar thing. Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, brilliant.
Yeah,
Star Wars, my favourite movie ever made. Well, in and amongst. Your Godfathers and it just for the time of my life that it came, I was the perfect age. Do you know what I mean? In my head, it was real. Yep. I was trying to work out. So is this? It says in a galaxy far, far away. Yeah, but what time is that happening now?
Yep.
My brain genuinely thought it was all real. Do you know what I mean? I was a young kid. Loved it. So those first 3, phenomenal. Last one, but overall, brilliant.
Yeah.
And then they did the prequels.
Yes.
And it was the same thing. It was nonsense.
Yeah.
Utter nonsense. Dross.
Yeah.
Absolute, just awful. To the point where I don't think I've even seen the third one. If I have, I'll wait till it came on TV. Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Then they've started new ones.
Right.
One of which was a form of prequel, which was Rogue One, which is where they go, because in Star Wars, when it goes, the plans are not aboard this, it's how they got the plans.
Right.
And it is brilliant.
Okay.
It goes back to, this is a Star Wars movie.
Yep.
And the new Star Wars movies, which are after Star Wars, not prequels, brilliant. And it's for the whole new generation. And you can see what they're doing. They're creating a new droid, they're creating a new hero, they're creating a new anti-hero. Brilliant. But those in the middle,
why do they do that? Why do they do it?
I don't know.
They've got a brilliant idea that sells millions and becomes incredibly popular.
Well, it becomes part of the common vernacular.
Part of popular culture.
Yes.
It absolutely does.
Yes.
It becomes ingrained within culture.
Yep.
But then they just absolutely ruin it.
Wreck it.
Why do they
And
do
they just
that?
think, if we put a Star Wars tag on this, it will sell.
It's going to sell because it says Star Wars.
No.
Yeah.
And it's like they brought out Solo recently, which is about Han Solo before he meets... You know what I mean? So it's a prequel, Han Solo. And I put my hand up, didn't go and see it because it was like the third in 3 years.
Right.
So since Disney had bought it, they've just gone, all right, just do whatever. No. You've got to let it settle. You've got to let the anticipation build up a little bit. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see it, but I couldn't. No, I didn't make the effort to get. It's an effort when you got 3 kids. You know, kids. It's an effort to go to the cinema. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the other ones I've taken the 2 oldest children to, and we've loved it. Brilliant. But that one, no. And apparently it's brilliant. Apparently it's absolutely fantastic. But they just put a Star Wars tag on it and went too quickly at it.
Yeah.
Just charged it too quickly. Simmer. Anticipation.
Yep.
Let it build up.
Yep.
But Rogue One and the other, brilliant. But the ones in the middle,
utter dross.
Yeah. Dross. So similar thing, but I had the comics, I had the toys, I had the bubblegum cards, everything.
I was 18 when Star Wars was really really big.
Yeah.
And I kind of missed it because it when I was 18, I was kind of into other stuff. I had very long hair. I wore denim. I was a rocker. I was into my music and being in a band and etc.
Not being in a galaxy
far away. No, but I remember listening one day. I'd bought a new hi-fi. Yeah, and I'd just got that installed, and it had a radio in it as well. So I kind of just put the radio on.
Yes.
Something that I'd never done before. But I put the radio on and caught a episode of Star Wars on radio.
Oh, yes.
Do you know what? It was brilliant.
Yeah,
I just thought, I've missed all this.
Yep.
Because it was reminiscent of my Star Trek days.
Absolutely.
And I thought, do you know what? I think I'd actually enjoy this.
Yes.
But I never got to see it, and I never bothered to go, and never bothered to find out until years later. It came on telly. I watched it, and I thought, this is brilliant.
And because it is, it's non-stop.
Genius.
The first one, it's like the old. We talked about the cliffhangers a few weeks ago. It's like the old cliffhangers.
Yeah.
One problem to another problem to another problem to another problem to another problem, non-stop, and just brilliant.
Just transfixed. You cannot tear yourself away. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but I thought you were going to say about the music, because the music was written by John Williams. Who also wrote music for
Jaws.
Doom, doom. Yeah, absolutely. Indiana Jones.
Doom. Yep.
You know, loads of things. You know, so he's because apparently George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, good mates, and he did music for both their films.
Yep.
And I remember when I didn't catch it when it was on the radio, but we got, it was a big double album.
Yeah.
And it was the soundtrack, but like the voice bit. So it was the story, audio.
Right. Yeah.
Because there was no videos at the time.
Yeah.
So I remember having that and having then recording it onto cassette, having it on cassette, wearing the cassette out, and I could quote it verbatim.
That might be what I listened to.
It was
on the radio. Yeah, it was.
And then met somebody else who very much liked Star Wars, and he went, listen to this. and it was Holst Planets.
Yeah.
The Planet Suite.
Yeah.
And if you listen to, if you know and love the Star Wars music, and then you listen to Holst Planet Suites,
yeah,
dare I say it,
that's where the inspiration came from.
It's almost the same.
Yes.
And I put it on for the kids, and they went, "Oh, Daddy, this is the Death Star thing. Daddy, this is the Imperial March." So, no, this is the Planet Suite by Holst. Daddy, this is when they land on. No, and you think, wow, okay, I get where. I mean, it's still amazing,
Gustav Holst.
amazing. But that's where the inspiration came from.
Amazing. Tell you what I had as a box set of cassettes.
Yes,
and there were 6 of them
in
a box set, and it was the complete radio series of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, wow!
And I've still got it somewhere.
Wow!
But I don't know if I've got anything to play it on.
Yeah, fair comment. Yes.
What do you do with cassettes nowadays?
Well,
what do you do?
I mean, I've got on CD.
Yeah.
So it's not quite as, but I've got on CD the War of the Worlds.
Oh yeah.
When that came out, I can't remember the guy who did that, and it's narrated by who was married to Elizabeth Taylor.
Mm-hmm. Richard Burton.
Yep. What a voice!
Yeah,
what a voice! And they've just redone it and just relaunching it, and it's the other Welsh guy, but the more modern one. Oh my goodness, what's his name? I can't remember. But they're just redoing it. I'm like, what's the point with that? Because you've got somebody that sounds the same, and the music's all going to be the same.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same.
Yeah.
What's the point? Do you know what I mean? But that was phenomenal.
Yes, it was. Yeah, I remember that too.
Phenomenal.
Remember that. So who'd have thought, you and I, sci-fi bods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.
Into our sci-fi.
Yep.
And when you think about it, we shouldn't really be. It's just utter rubbish.
Oh, it's all made up. But as
rubbish.
a kid,
means nothing at all. But
Yep.
as a child,
yes,
it just captured my imagination.
Same here.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And I loved it. Love it. And do you know what? Still do.
Yes, same here. Absolutely love it.
Anyway,
brilliant.
I think we've probably bored our listeners to tears.
Yes, no doubt. I enjoyed it.
Unless they're Trekkies and Star Trek fans.
Yes,
and Star Wars
fans.
And who knows?
Yeah,
maybe some of them were. Maybe still are.
Yes.
Anyway, cup of tea time?
I think so.
Do you want a tea?
No.
What do you want?
Coffee.
Really?
Always.
Surprise. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi
wa barakatuh. So, do you know what?
What?
We're doing all right, aren't we? We're doing good.
We're actually ticking things off this here list.
I can't believe it. I tell you, there's something going to get in the way of that very shortly.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm doing?
Go on.
I'm currently staring at my pot noodle.
Yeah, I must admit.
Other unhealthy noodle style snacks are available.
Absolutely.
But the pot noodles, I love about pot noodles, they're all suitable for vegetarians.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they're not all suitable for human consumption.
They're suitable for vegetarians who have no regard for their own digestive system.
Suitable for vegetarians who can digest.
Yes, plastic.
Utter rubbish.
Oh, yeah. But they're lovely.
But I like the taste. I like the taste. And I like the fact that all you have to do is flip the foil lid, pour boiling water into it, squirt a sachet of sauce into it, and wait 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Brilliant.
Can you wait 2 minutes?
No.
That's the problem.
You always burn the roof of your mouth.
Yes, absolutely.
I always burn my lips.
Yeah.
Trying to, because you can never wrap it round the fork properly. There's always some dribbling off in there. When you put that in your mouth and you have to. Always burn my lips.
Yes.
Always burn the roof of my mouth.
Yes.
Because I can't wait. You see, you wait for 2 minutes for the noodles to get soft.
Yep.
And then you give it a stir, and you think, well, that's it then.
I'll be right.
But it has a surprising property. Does a pot noodle? And they ought to take advantage of this property.
Yes.
It retains heat.
It does.
It retains heat.
It has is temperature.
It retains heat.
Yes.
Yep. So they ought to make duvets out of
pot noodle.
pot noodles.
Pot noodle containers.
Pot
Oh, wouldn't be the comfiest thing, but it'd be warm.
It'd be warm.
It would be wham.
Oh, do you know what we got this year for the first time?
Go on.
Yeah, and I've been talking about this for years.
Right.
Never got round to it. Electric blanket.
Well, do you know, when I met my good lady, I'd heard of them, never experienced it.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, they were in Glasgow. What are you going to do? Do you know what I mean?
A necessity up there. Yeah,
they had them. We now have them. Brilliant.
It's fantastic.
Brilliant. The kids have them.
It's fantastic.
Even if all you do is put it on so that when you get in bed, you just go, turn it off, I'm too hot. But it's lovely.
Yeah.
They're brilliant.
You know, on a cold night when the room's been aired and you get into that bed and it is freezing cold. And you're like gasping for breath.
Yes.
And that 30 seconds that seems to last about 3 hours.
Yeah, when you're in a cold bed.
When you're in a cold bed until your body warms up the patch that you...
Yep.
But then if you turn over, you can't move your legs because if you move your left leg, your left leg freezes.
Yeah, and it sucks in cold air.
But, it does under that duvet.
Brilliant.
Horrible.
Good for your back.
Get that electric blanket on.
Phenomenal.
No more do you fear entering the bed.
Phenomenal.
Brilliant.
Yes. So, love them.
Yeah, love them.
Love them.
So, it's either electric blanket or duvet of pot noodles.
Yep.
I've no idea why we got onto that.
I'm not sure why we got onto that.
I think why we got onto that was that I was staring at that pot noodle.
Yes.
Unmade pot noodle.
Yes.
Thinking, do you know, by the time we've finished this section on this list, I'm going to be needing that.
Yes.
Inshallah.
Well, do you know, what a segue, and you didn't even know what we were going to talk about. What a segue, because we're now going to talk about a healthier pizza.
Great.
Domino's has launched a range of healthier pizzas, with each slice being only 100 calories.
A slice?
A slice.
So how many slices of pizza do you normally eat?
Well, this is my issue.
How many slices of pizza are there in your standard 14-inch pizza?
If you cut it in half, that's 4, and you cut it in half again.
So that's 8 slices.
So that's 800 calories.
800 calories. And you are going to eat it all.
Exactly.
So what's the point?
Exactly. That was my point. Exactly. It's no good measuring it per slice.
Get that pot,
sell it by slice.
Get the pot noodle made.
Exactly.
Come on.
Oh, it's only 100 calories per slice.
Section's over.
Well, I could make it 50 calories a slice.
Yeah.
By cutting the slices thinner.
That's right.
I'm still going to eat more.
Absolutely.
So it's the pizza.
I could actually, if I really tried with a laser cutter, make it 1 calorie a slice.
Exactly.
I could do that, but I'm going to eat
1,000 worth.
800 of them.
Exactly. It makes no difference. And this kind of thing just does my head in.
And all they do is put less filling on.
I was just
and they use cheese that's tasteless.
Yes. They make it
really
thin.
Yeah, so your thin crust pizza and then some.
Not enough cheese, not enough tomato.
I know.
And no ghee.
But it's okay.
They make it tasteless.
But it's okay.
Fat-free yogurts.
As I said before.
Do you know the only thing that makes fat-free yogurts taste good?
The sugar.
Lard.
Excuse me?
Stir some lard in. Stick some ghee in.
I think as a Muslim I might not want to do that.
To be fair, I just remember reading that in Viz.
Stirring lard.
I've just discovered how to make fat-free yogurts taste better. Stir in a teaspoon of lard.
Loved Viz.
Brilliant. Oh, Viz was fantastic.
Viz was brilliant.
Viz was fantastic.
Brilliant.
Oh, my goodness. So, yes, Domino's, what are you doing?
What's the point?
What is the point? Who thinks Domino's saying, I'll tell you what we'll be tonight, love? Healthy.
No. That's not why you phoned Domino's.
Domino's is not a city-in pizza place. It's a ringy-up pizza place. I am not going to
have it delivered.
Domino's saying, is there any chance I can have one of your healthy ones? Just bring me a slice.
Can I have a healthy pizza, please?
Can I have a healthy pizza, please?
No. When I want a pizza...
Do you know what it is? It's mockery.
I want pizza. I want to be able to taste pizza.
Exactly.
I want to be able to enjoy pizza. And if I didn't want to enjoy pizza, if I was on some kind of health kick and diet fad,
you wouldn't be ringing for
I wouldn't ring them anyway.
Full stop.
I don't know if they're going to ring for healthy pizza. And what are they going to do in Glasgow? As we said earlier, what they're going to do?
They're still going to deep fry it.
It's going to deep fry it anyway.
I wouldn't want that deep fried.
No.
I wouldn't want it.
No.
What is...
The point of having pizza is to have pizza.
Exactly.
With its tomato sauce.
Cheese.
With its cheese, which is all gooey and waxy, and you've got the oil dripping off. That's the point of pizza.
Yep.
A healthy one? Nah.
No,
thank you. Now, having said all of that, I'm going to be controversial now.
Yes.
And this might make me a bit unpopular.
Oh.
Certainly with Domino's, it will.
Ah.
I don't like Domino's pizzas.
Well, I'm
not a fan.
Vegetarian all the time.
I'm not a fan.
Can't be bothered.
Well, actually, all Domino's in this country use halal chicken.
Go on. Really?
Yep.
I've been into Domino's and asked.
Yep.
And they said, I
don't think so.
Halal? How are you spelling that?
Their chicken is halal.
Really?
Yes. So, you might want to check, because I very much doubt it's going to be HMC.
No.
Very much doubt.
Nope.
So you might want to do your own research on that. But my understanding is that the chicken in Domino's is halal. So, but having said all of that, even then, I'm not a fan.
What's the point?
I'm not a fan.
What's the
Not
point?
a fan.
Yes.
You know, if I'm getting a pizza, I prefer either the usual chicken shop pizza that is just oozing with flavour.
Yes.
And it's totally unhealthy.
Yes.
But that's what I like about the pizza.
That's the point.
That's what I want when I order pizza.
We're ordering in tonight, love. Should we get something healthy?
No.
Can you imagine the response?
I cook healthy.
What?
I'm ordering in for a treat.
And it's more expensive. Why would I pay more for healthy?
Ridiculous.
If I'm going to have
So,
healthy, I'll just drink water.
I either go to one of our friends down at the chicken shops,
Absolutely, yep,
and get their version of pizza, which to most Italians they disagree. To be fair,
yeah.
Or I go to the Italian man in town.
Okay.
And his pizzas are his pizzas are pizzas.
Yes, but that's
full stop.
But that's
because
full-on
he
Italian pizza.
is an Italian man.
It's a little bit like the good lady can't go to. In our past, if we'd have gone to get a curry, we would have what my good lady, and I'm sure your good lady would describe as a plastic curry.
Yes.
In other words, it's a curry made for white people.
White people with no taste.
With no taste whatsoever. So it's the same thing, you know. Pizza that we have isn't really pizza.
If you walk into a place and you sit down and within 10 minutes they're serving up your curry, it is impossible to have cooked that in 10 minutes. When I cook a curry at home, which I do very regularly, because I do the cooking. Yeah. I do the cooking at home.
Yes.
So when I make a curry, and my teachers for the curry were my missus.
Yes.
Yeah, she taught me.
Yep.
My father-in-law, he taught me. Yes. I've watched my mother-in-law cook. Yeah, so this is traditional Pakistani curries.
Yep.
And I cook them, and when I serve them up to our family, they love it.
It's also it looks different. It tastes different. It is totally different.
It takes me 2 hours to cook a curry.
Well, yes. Yeah.
So how can these places serve it up in 10 minutes?
You
can't.
So
it's plastic.
Like
it's a plastic curry.
Yeah, when we have a pizza, it's a plastic pizza.
Plastic pizza.
It's a plastic pizza. It's not a proper pizza.
That's right.
Italian people will be going,
what on earth are you even thinking?
And when most people go out and have a curry, not us, but when most people go out and have a curry, it's not a real curry.
No, it's nothing like.
Made for them.
It's nothing like.
But if that's what you want...
Do you know what the word balti means?
Go on.
Bucket.
Does it
and
really?
It's the bucket that they would use as a bin to put waste in.
Okay.
That's a balti.
Yes.
Does that just tell you everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, you see.
This is not a meal. It's just made up.
Yep.
It's made, and the flavours that they add.
Yes.
They're not authentic flavours. They're just catering for the Western taste.
Absolutely.
They're just catering.
And it works, by the way, because if I think back 25, 30
they're catering to ignorance.
Loved it.
Oh, chicken korma, please.
Oh, chicken breast, pillow rice.
2 chapatis.
Yes.
Thank you.
Make it as hot as you like.
Hot as you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was it. And no matter what you order, you get the same stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, so you and your mates can order totally different things.
Yeah.
End up with stuff that looks, smells and tastes the same.
Exactly the same. Who ordered?
Yeah.
Who ordered korma? There you go. Who ordered madras? They got same out the same bucket. It was out the same multi.
In bucket. And the fashion of
try this one.
You know,
lovely,
chicken tikka masala.
Yes,
it's the UK's favourite.
Yes, and that is completely made up for.
Doesn't exist.
Yes,
doesn't exist.
Yes,
yeah.
Brilliant.
Chicken tikka does.
Yeah.
But making that into a curry,
yes.
and adding more of the masala.
The Western palate would have gone. Has they got no gravy? Have they got no gravy?
Got any gravy for this?
Has they got out moist? Has they got out moist? And what do you mean? Well, if
it's all dry. It's all dry.
This is all dry.
It's all dry.
That's what curry is.
No.
Has they got any gravy?
Have you got any gravy, please?
What do you mean by gravy? It's, like runny stuff.
Do you know what the chefs call it?
Go on.
Gravy.
Well, yeah.
They actually call it gravy. Yeah, they do.
There you go, you see. Because it is basically gravy for salad. Because the Western British mentality, it's got to have gravy. It's got to have gravy on it. It's got to have something moist. It's got to be able to dip my bread.
I went to a curry shop.
Yes.
Near to my house where I was living at the time in Wakefield.
Yes.
And I walked in and said, 10 chapatis, please.
Yep.
And he looked at me and said, is that all you want? I went, yes, please. 10 chapatis, thank you. Why are you buying 10 chapatis? Because I and a couple of friends want to eat them.
Yeah, it's not complicated.
But what are you eating them with? My hands.
Yeah.
No. Have you made a curry? I went, yes, I have.
Yes. And I can't be bothered to make roti.
And he laughed. He laughed at me. He said, "You've made a curry." Like that. I went, "Yep." So 10 chapatis, please. Thank you.
Yep.
Left. Paid. Left.
Yep.
Yeah. Next time I went in.
Yep.
I took a small sample
Brilliant.
of my curry.
Brilliant.
In a small plastic box.
Container.
And said, I thought you might just like to sample what I've made.
Yes.
Yeah. And he tasted it. You should have seen his face.
Really?
He actually said, you didn't make that.
Yeah, that's better than ours.
You didn't make that. I went, I did. He said, no, you can't have, because that's like home cooking. That's like what we have at home. It's not like the stuff we're making here, but it's like the stuff.
It's
not like this muck. Not like this muck. But it's like the stuff. My mum makes this at home like this.
Do you know?
And in
this
fact,
is what
do you
we
know
would
what?
Call Desi style.
This is Desi style. This is apnea style. It is. This is the proper stuff, bro. This is it, man. You cannot have cooked this. Went, yes, I did.
Brilliant.
What spices did you use? Well, of course, I used red chili powder.
Yep.
I used haldi, turmeric.
Yep.
And then I mix my own garam masala in a coffee grinder.
Wow.
So it's all fresh.
Yes.
Oh. And what do you use to fry your onions in? Well, sometimes it's vegetable oil, but more often it's half vegetable oil and half butter. Or sometimes I'll use ghee, but I never use the vegetable ghee. I always use butter ghee, because butter is better.
Butter is better.
Butter is better.
Don't you know?
How long did it take you to make it? About 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
He said, this is just like we have at home.
Yeah.
Just like we have at home. And I went, this is why I make this for us.
Yep.
And the thing that once I've spent 2.5 hours doing this, the last thing that I want to do is start rolling out chapatis and cooking chapatis. So,
can't be bothered.
10 chapatis, please. Thank you.
And none of your lip.
None of you looking down at me next time. Oh, you made a curry, have you? Out of a jar, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. What kind of packet mix did you use
and
then?
You want the authentic experience? Well, you're buying your own.
Straight out of a jar into a saucepan, and you put some chicken in it.
Do you know this lad? No. He can heat it up and scrape it off the bottom of a pan, same as anybody. Oh, terrible.
Crazy.
Terrible.
How did we get onto that?
I have no idea.
It's made me really hungry.
Yes, me too.
Oh, I'm hungry now. That pot noodle isn't making itself.
Nope.
So, do you think we should have a pause?
I think we should.
Is it right to have a pot noodle at this time of day?
Possibly not, but I think we should.
Well, I'm going to rephrase that. It is right.
yes. Was that a rhetorical question?
Let's just do it, huh? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh. Here we go again.
We're back. Oh, I think that's my catchphrase.
What? We're back.
We're back.
No. Your catchphrase is, oh, my back.
Yes, very true, actually. Ow. What's your catchphrase? Ow.
Ouch.
Ouch.
You got to that age now. You can't even sneeze without pulling your back out.
Oh, dear.
You can't bend over. You can't.
It's terrible.
I mean, at the moment, you're struggling to drive.
I am.
Your snowboarding accident.
Yes, that's that. Well, because
you're a wreck.
I'm a wreck. I'm falling to pieces. I need to be replaced.
Now, it's funny you should say that. The two white Muslims.
Yes. Yes, yeah.
Shall we replace one of them?
I think we should. It'd be easy enough. That's why we left it as a broad title.
That's right, yeah.
Two white Muslims. We're not committed to who.
I could.
There'll always be how many of them?
Two.
What will they be?
White.
And also...
Alhamdulillah. Muslim.
Oh dear. But funny enough,
So yeah, if one of us has to be replaced, all the other needs to go is go out and find another white Muslim.
Another white Muslim.
Job done.
Yeah. So we've created a legacy.
No, actually,
Brilliant.
let's just break it down a little bit more.
Yeah.
They have to find another white Muslim.
Yes.
With no personality.
Yes. True. No personality. NSOH.
What's that then?
Well, GSOH is good sense of humour. NSOH is no sense of humour. I had to think for a second, though. I had to think for a second. And then, yes, they've got to be willing to work 1 million hours for nothing.
And they've also got to be able to just stream drivel.
Yes, and
from
laugh at anything.
From their own mouths.
What do you do, Daddy? Just laugh.
Just laugh. I'll laugh at Junaid.
I'll just laugh at Uncle Yusuf. That's all I do.
Just laugh at each other.
Yes.
and with each other from time to time.
If you're not here, I just look at a picture.
That's all you need.
That's all I take. And to be fair, when we're cutting the videos together, and sometimes we watch the videos, and you'll look at me and you'll say, "Yeah, I can see that you're thinking that. I can see you thinking that." I look at you and say, "I can see you're not." Yeah. But then you'll just turn and you'll just say something, and it is brilliant.
That's my thinking face.
Yeah, your thinking face.
I've got a thinking face.
You have a static thinking face. It's
I do.
Brilliant.
I can't think and move my face at the same time.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Honestly. But then you'll notice just something changes.
Yeah, little twitch.
Just a little twitch.
Yeah.
And you just know that what's about to
Pearl of
come
Wisdom's coming out.
It's
going to be genius. It is. It's going to be funny.
It's either funny or genius.
Oh, dear.
Sometimes
Brilliant.
both.
Yes. But funny enough, my snowboarding injury is not the major problem.
No.
I broke my wrist in several places.
Yes. And I did tell you not to go back to those places.
Yeah, do not go. What were those places? Top, middle, and bottom of the mountain. And so that's bad enough, and it's tough. But just simply having that, I think I pulled a little muscle in my back,
right,
which was niggling. But then I was violently ill with this bug that was going round.
Oh yeah.
And during one of my violently ill times, shall we say, over the basin?
Yes.
I was obviously a bit of an angle, and you know when your body's saying get it all out, get it all out, and then you just dry heaving because there's nothing there, but it's like your body's saying just to be sure. When you at that absolute extreme, I pulled something. Something went.
As you were shouting Huey.
As I was calling for Huey across the porcelain telephone. Something went.
Ready to wave him off to the seaside.
Send him off to the coast.
For a long swim.
Oh, something went.
Your back
and
muscle.
So my back muscle on the left-hand side
and went.
I think that's the near side.
Right.
Went.
Is that why you were on all fours crawling around Asda this morning?
Yes, pretty much. Honestly,
I was wondering why.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Everybody was looking at you, and they're looking at me as if to say, "Are you going to
help
him? Are you going to help him?" And I was thinking,
"Where's his
no,
lead?
I'm not going to help him at all.
Why would I help him?" So I can lift this arm up here, not a problem.
Yeah.
This one, only goes to there.
Oh,
and
man,
it won't go any higher.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. So, you know, when you're
Fantastic.
stretching in the morning,
Yeah.
I can only do half a stretch.
You do half a stretch.
You know when
What's the point in that?
You know when you lose a sneeze. You know when you're going to sneeze and somebody says something, it puts you off and you don't sneeze. You're like,
Yeah.
It's like I can only do half a stretch.
That's terrible.
What's the point?
Terrible.
What's the point in half a stretch?
There's no point at all. You might as well just not bother.
Exactly. It's ridiculous.
Talking of stretching,
yes,
I'm week 2 of my gym experience.
You are.
And I hurt myself last week, I have to say. I went all but one evening, and I did my weight routine.
Yes.
And I tore muscle. Yeah. Now, the two things surprised me there. Number one...
Go on. Wait, number one.
Number one is that I had a muscle to tear.
And number two,
I actually strained myself enough to tear it.
It's amazing what you can do just by looking at the equipment.
It's incredible. Honestly, all I had to do was sit at one of those machines and look at it.
Yep.
And my eye muscle tore straight away.
Yes, all it takes.
No, but I tore muscle,
Right.
and I had protein. I had protein shakes and a couple of protein bars.
Yes.
Not all together.
No. You didn't stir your protein shake with your protein bar.
No. But you know, over the weekend, I'm absolutely cured. I have no pain whatsoever, no ache whatsoever. So I'm going to hit it hard tonight and just,
brilliant,
tear myself up again.
Brilliant,
inshallah. I'm looking forward to it.
I lost 47 pounds at the gym.
Yeah,
signing up. And I haven't been able to go yet. Because as everybody keeps saying, we can go on a treadmill. Yes, I could.
I lose pounds every time I go. Because it costs me that in shakes.
Yes. But it's brilliant. It's a new lease of life.
Yeah, it is.
And inshallah, it'll help you live longer.
And I went for the first time into the pool area.
Wow.
Loved it in there.
Yes.
They've got this thing that's got a massive jacuzzi. I mean, it's massive.
Right.
Massive. You can fit 50 people in there.
Wow.
It's massive.
Yeah.
And you've got various parts around the edge where you can press a button and the bubbles start. And that's great. But there's also a cascading, like waterfall kind of affair. So you press the button and that starts.
Yeah.
And when you stand under that and it hits your shoulders.
Oh, maybe I need that.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Maybe I need that.
Oh, it's amazing. And it's 38 degrees in there, so it's just nice and warm. And you've got a warm, powerful water onto your shoulders and your back. It's lovely.
Brilliant.
It's lovely.
Where's your incentive to get out?
There isn't any, honestly. My fingers went like prunes.
I'm going to say, yeah. If I could eat and sleep in there, why would I ever get out? If they could get Netflix in there,
I could have watch this space.
It's
coming.
Oh.
It's coming.
Wow.
Apparently.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this week, inshallah. It's going to be a good week, and I'm going to start pumping my muscles again.
Brilliant.
Yeah, like knots in cotton.
Like knots in a piece of thread.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. But I'm determined
yes,
to do what I have set out to do.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a great
absolutely
strategy.
Determined
Yep.
to pump up my chest, shoulders,
and arms.
And arms.
Yep.
So that my belly doesn't look quite as big.
There you go. Because some people would say, lose your belly, and you go, nah.
No.
I'll just make these bigger.
Just make these bigger.
To compensate.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't be losing my belly at my age. It's impossible.
Well, there is that as well.
It's actually impossible.
Yep.
And of course, it's determined by the amount of exercise you do.
Yes.
And what you eat.
Yes. Which is why it's impossible.
Exactly. I love my food.
Exactly.
Love it. And, food is a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing from Allah. Why would I deprive myself of a blessing from Allah?
Absolutely.
Just because I've gone a little bit pot-bellied.
A little bit pot-bellied. You've got a little bit of a paunch.
I've a little bit of muffin top.
Yeah.
Over my trousers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I can still tighten my belt on the last.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it stops me from breathing.
I'm going to say yeah.
And
it has to be around my leg.
My legs go numb. I can.
Yeah, I can fast it. I can't put it on.
Alhamdulillah. So I'm looking forward to hitting the gym again.
Yes.
This evening, and in fact, every evening for the rest of this week.
Yes.
Inshallah.
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
Yes.
Can't wait. So, at one stage, you're going to have your pot removed.
I am.
And you'll be hitting the gym yourself.
I can't wait. I honestly can't wait.
What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to... I do like the treadmill.
Yep.
In the respect that I used to hate it.
Yep.
And then I learned to love it.
Okay. So I'm at the hate it stage.
Right. And do you know what you have to do?
Go on.
You know when you get to that point where you can't breathe and you're sweating and your legs aren't working? Keep going for another minute.
Oh, no.
And you just work through... You know when they talk about the pain barrier? You just work through it.
You hit that wall.
And if you go through it, you're like, oh, I feel all right now.
Really?
It's surreal.
Wow.
Because I never did running. Never did running as a kid, but it was just being a kid. You know what I mean? But never did formal running. And then started probably, I don't know, 10, 12.
I used to have to do a lot of running as a kid. I used to have to run away from my brothers.
Who
were beating me up all the time.
Yes.
I had to run away from teachers at school.
Yes.
Especially Ben Kane. He was called that for a reason.
Yes.
His first name was Ben.
Yeah.
And he always used the cane.
Oh, golly.
Oh, it's horrible.
And Ivan Slipper.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he was actually called Bob Wileyman, our gym teacher, and he used to use the slipper.
Oh my goodness! How
could they?
If you look back,
you do that nowadays, you'd be locked up.
But also, could you do that? Well, there's a few I could have.
Yeah.
To be fair. Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, get it.
Well,
I understand
absolutely.
It. Yeah.
I've got children.
Yes.
I know what they can be like.
Exactly. But yes, no. So I'm looking forward to getting on the treadmill, but I'm just looking forward to doing a bit of weight.
Oh yeah.
Because like you, my chest has disappeared. It is no more.
Yep.
And
it's gone a little south.
It has. Yeah. It's just disappeared. And I don't think it'll take much to get it back.
No.
Well, I say not. Well, no, I don't. I think some just focused effort. Really looking forward to it. Enjoy it. Get in there. It's a beautiful place.
Yep.
Looking forward to doing a bit of weight.
Yep.
Looking forward to getting on the treadmill.
Yep.
Just looking forward to it. Went on a holiday, not snowboarding, but the holiday before.
Yep.
There was a gym there, and I was in there every morning. And I've never done that in my life.
Nope.
Gone on holiday and got in the gym, but it was brilliant. And I did an hour on the treadmill before I did anything else.
Wow.
An hour. And there's been times where that would have been unheard of, but an hour, it's just, and I just said, right, I'm doing a solid hour, bang.
Wow.
Once you're through that 10 minutes, it's a doddle. Stick a podcast on, listen to Jimmy Pardo. Oh,
I do 10 minutes, and that's about my limit. Because I'm almost terminal with boredom.
There is that. So I get a podcast. I can't do it if I'm not listening to a podcast.
Right. Well, the screens on these treadmills show you films. Brilliant. So you can be walking or running through the Welsh valleys, the Welsh mountains. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you're just looking at scenery.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, see, I can do that in my car.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Do you know what
I mean? I wouldn't want to run through it.
No.
Pointless.
Need to be listening to something. I need to have somebody talk, and I can't be listening to music. I need to have somebody talking to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought your 120 beats a minute music would work.
Said that. It's like when you're doing CPR, you're supposed to do it to staying alive.
Yeah.
Staying alive. Here we go. That's the rhythm, isn't it? That's the rhythm. Like,
You've got to watch. You have got to watch Cold Feet.
Oh,
the episode that was on the other night.
Right.
You can find it on Catch Up.
Yeah.
There is a scene in there which will have you dying laughing. Just think about CPR. There's a scene in there that will just make you die laughing. Brilliant. It is hilarious.
Brilliant.
So yeah,
Brilliant.
Cold Feet. Yeah.
So yes, look forward to winning. So and doing a little bit of weight, chest though, chest. Yes.
What about arms?
Chest and arms.
Right.
No legs. Don't do legs.
Oh, I can't bother.
What's the point in legs?
Is there any?
Oh, they're always covered anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I've got my string vest on.
Yeah. String. which is most days.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. What was the point in a string vest?
Oh well, it has holes in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the point is to layer it. So you layer things you layer things over it. Yeah. Yeah. So it traps pockets of air, which warm up to body temperature.
Oh, so there is a point to it.
Yes, there is.
Right. Okay.
So string vests actually work. Yeah.
I remember Dad saying recently that when he first started in the police force, he was given 2 shirts, 5 collars.
Oh, fantastic!
So it's back in the day when your shirts and collars were separate.
Fantastic.
2 shirts, 5 collars. Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah, and those clip-on ties.
Yeah, they had clip-on ties, yeah.
So if anybody pulled them by the tie, it'd just fall off.
Just fall off.
Yeah.
I was like, that's genius.
Yeah,
that's
brilliant.
Genius. So my dad never tied a tie, just clipped it on.
Yep.
And I remember asking the same question, why do you have a clip-on tie? So if we're in a fight, somebody grabs hold of it.
Yep.
That's why we're not allowed to have long hair.
So they're not going to hang us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh, great.
I also remember when they gave him a balsa wood truncheon.
Balsa wood?
Balsa wood.
That's really light.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And he went, useless.
What
Absolutely
did they do
useless.
that for?
And it might not have been balsa.
My dad was made of teak.
Oh,
it was hard wood.
The one that I even now say, oh, go on, let's see it. Show the kids. It's ridiculously heavy to the point where you think, how does that not kill people?
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they were always taught aim for the upper arm.
Yes.
So when people duck, it gets right.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Aim for the collar.
Yeah.
Not. So they said they trialed these. He called them balsa wood. That might be an exaggeration.
Yeah.
But it was ridiculously light.
Right.
It was sillily light.
Yeah.
And he got into a bit of a battle with this guy. And he just said, I just kept, and this guy got my dad by the throat and had got him up the wall. So my dad's, like Darth Vader.
How big was he? Because your dad was a big fella.
My dad was 6'2" and built like a brick shipyard.
Yes.
And this guy had got him up the wall, strangling him. And my dad said, my life was literally flashing through my eyes. And all I was doing was hitting him on the head with this thing. And he was having no impact at all. He said, and eventually I managed to wear a little cut in this bloke's head, and this bloke let one hand off to just dab the blood. Do you know what I mean? That was it. And I
oh no.
so
crazy.
So he did what I'm sure your father did, and which is where they filled it with lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they screwed the end out.
Yeah.
Filled it with lead.
Yeah.
Screwed it back in.
Yeah.
And that was the teak. Teak one. Yeah. And that thing, he said, every about 3 months, it would wear through the pocket. Because, they had a very long pocket. And it would wear through the pocket, run down your trouser leg, and take your ankle bone off.
Fantastic.
And it's called the policeman's dance. As they were hopping around going, oh, oh, ha, oh, oh. But I tell you.
I can see it now.
I tell you wouldn't want to be hit by it. Oof.
Oh, no,
Good
absolutely
Lord.
not.
Better than the balsa wood one. Anyway.
I've no idea how we got onto that.
Me neither.
The police in self-defence.
We went all over the place on that one. I'm not sure how that happened. But yes, looking forward to going to the gym. But at the moment, falling to pieces.
Yep. And
in summary.
Do you know what I'm looking forward to?
Go on.
Right now.
Oh, yes.
Break. Look, we'll have a break, shall we?
Should.
And we'll have some coffee bean juice.
Yes. Some coffee. Brilliant.
Back after this. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi
wa barakatuh.
How are you feeling?
Feeling?
Yes.
Do you mean? Are you asking after my physical and mental well-being?
Yes. Yeah. I'm just thinking. How are you feeling? You look good. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling quite fresh this day.
Brilliant.
And part of the reason for that is because I've been sleeping better.
Wow.
A part of the reason for that is because I've been going to bed at the right time.
I'm going to say you've been sleeping full stop.
And I usually wake up at stupid o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And whereas normally I'd just get up because there's no point trying to get back to sleep. I'd
there's
just
no fight in this.
I'd get up, go downstairs, have a cup of tea, switch the news on, and then maybe grab another hour at some point. And that's been my routine for years.
Yes.
Over the last few weeks,
I've
been saying, I'm going to fight this. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go downstairs. I'm just not. So, you start counting sheep.
Yep.
Amongst other things.
Whatever it takes.
Other animals are available. Sometimes I'll just toss and turn in bed and nudge the missus and
try and wake her up.
See if she's awake.
Yeah.
Nudge. Are you awake? I am now. Okay. Do you want to talk about it? No.
So, I want to sleep.
Right. So I've played all the tricks and I've done what more recently over the last couple of weeks I've actually managed to get back to sleep.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And then the alarm has woken me out of a dream.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's powerful. If you're dreaming, you're in deep sleep, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And the alarm's been waking me up.
REM, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, REM is before deep sleep.
Rapid eye movement sleep.
On your way to deep sleep, that's right.
So, I've been sleeping well. So, I'm feeling great. I've joined a gym.
Hey! So, you're looking good.
I've actually noticed a difference in shape.
Wow.
Albeit about a millimetre. But, you know,
it's the shape is still a sack of spuds.
But it's a millimetre better. A millimetre better.
Brilliant.
On my top bit.
Very good.
My top bit, and it's the top bit that I'm working on.
That you're working on, and that you're strapped, so it's working.
Shoulders, chest, and back.
So it's working.
Alhamdulillah. So I'm feeling physically fine.
Feeling good.
Feeling mentally fine.
Looking good.
Alhamdulillah.
Brilliant.
Thanks for asking. How about you?
Do you know, I am feeling fantastic.
Is there a point to this?
Yeah. Shall I change all that?
Okay.
Shall I change it all?
Oh, no. Not another one.
Oh.
Not another one.
Oh.
Are you just going to make me tut again?
Yep.
Oh.
Are you ready for this
How
one?
many times do I have to endure this in a day?
Are your hands ready to catch your head?
Okay.
Because your head will be in your hands.
Am I going to slap my forehead?
Yes.
Am I?
Yes.
Oh.
Priest slams poorly babies charity for condemning blacked up fundraisers.
Oh.
It takes a little bit to get your brain around this one.
You can't. No. That's not allowed. You can't do that.
Nope.
No.
So he's basically saying, no.
You can do it. He's saying you can do it.
Yeah, doesn't matter where the money comes from.
So bad.
This is for charity.
Oh, no.
You're raising money for sick babies.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Are you ready?
I was like, what? So basically, a poorly babies charity has refused to accept a donation from fundraisers.
Yep.
And that is because the fundraisers blacked up in order to raise money.
Like the old minstrel show.
Yes. And they think that that's perfectly acceptable. A priest has waded into the row over fundraisers who blacked up to take part in an annual charity pub crawl. Oh. Quentin Bellamy.
A charity pub crawl. This is getting worse.
I know. Quentin Bellamy hit out at the Cuddles campaign after it condemned those who had made themselves up to look like, well, it says here, black people, people of colour, during the event in Old Colwyn. And you're just like, oh, what? And so Cuddles, a charity that supports a neonatal unit, said it would not accept any money raised by the event and said the behaviour of those who had donned costumes to look like African beach sellers, honestly, it hurts my tongue to even say this. I'm cringing. Was deeply offensive. Do you know what I say? Agreed.
Absolutely was.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. And Canon Quentin Bellamy hit out at the charity, saying it needed to examine its conscience.
What? Really?
What?
I rather think he does.
Oh my goodness. So he said, it's perfectly okay to be ridiculously racist and offensive, as long as they're raising a bit of money for the kids.
As long as they do it with a smile on the face and they're raising some money for those poorly children.
He's a rector. He's a canon and a rector. And he's saying, it's quote, the people involved in this annual charity event are good, kind, sensitive, caring and generous in spirit. No, they're not. They're racists.
I'll tell you what he is.
They're racists.
I'll tell you what he is.
Go on.
Canon, and a rectum. That's what he is. What did you say? Is that what you said first of all?
What?
Or did you say canon and rector?
A rector, yes, rector.
I think I'm right on that one.
I think we'll go with yours. Absolutely. Put in the... No. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my
Put in the what?
Goodness. Oh. His comment was liked by 90 people.
Oh, they weren't
beating then.
Line them up.
He told the Daily Post, it's
no
extremely sad how all this has turned out, as I don't think anyone meant any offence. What? What? What?
Dearie me.
He goes on to say, I know a lot of these people personally, and they're fantastic. No, they're not.
No.
They're racists. They're racists who are going out of their way to upset and offend in order to raise a little bit of money for charity. No, it's an excuse. It's an excuse. It's like when people say, I'm going to run a marathon for charity. No, you're going to run a marathon. Full stop.
Yes.
Is what you're going to do. You want to run a marathon? Brilliant.
Yep.
Brilliant. I'm gonna skydive for charity. No, you're going to skydive. And if you want to do that, brilliant. If you want to put the tag on, I'm doing it for charity. No, you're doing it because you want to.
Yep.
Which is fine.
Yep.
That's fine. And if you're going to raise a bit of money at the same time,
brilliant.
Basically, what they're saying is, we're going to black up for charity.
Nope.
No. What you're doing is blacking up.
And that is for no other... you'll get nothing else out of that other than offence.
Yes.
You will just offend millions of people.
You're not doing it for charity. You're doing it because you want to.
And the fact that you're going to perhaps raise a bit of funding and give it to charity is a secondary issue there.
Yes.
It's something that you actually want to do. Yes.
Absolutely. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm going to diet for charity. No, you're going to diet.
To lose some weight.
And hopefully you're going to raise a bit of charity.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's brilliant.
I mean,
it's brilliant. But you tend to be doing stuff you want to do.
Yes.
Nobody said, we want to raise a bit of charity. What can we do? Well, I don't really want to do it, but maybe I should put black all over my face.
I don't know. I wouldn't
this
mind.
This is somebody in a pub going, oh, do you know what we could do? Do you know what we could do? Let's black up. And nobody's saying, what? Sit down. Sit down.
Sit down, you idiot.
Sit down.
Think of some more sensible things. Crazy.
No.
And you're right. It does tend to be something that you actually want to do, and the fact that you raise
and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't mean that's a criticism. Brilliant. And if you tie charity into it, fantastic. But what rarely happens is somebody says, we need to raise some money. Let's think of something that we absolutely do not want to do.
I can't imagine. Honestly, having thought about it, I would actually want to sit in a bath of beans.
Yeah, but again,
I would.
What you're not saying,
is custard.
But what you're not saying is, it's something that I absolutely couldn't do. It might be the case, hold a spider. I don't like spiders.
I know,
I'll take the challenge and I'll do it for charity.
Yeah.
But what you're not doing is somebody says, right, I want to do something completely offensive, and you're going, okay, then because there's the challenge.
Brilliant idea.
There's the challenge.
Yeah.
No. If somebody suggests it and you do it, it's because
it's crazy.
You want to do it.
Crazy.
And they blacked up.
But then for a priest to say that that's okay.
Absolutely. And that the charity should explore its conscience, the charity have absolutely done the right thing.
Yes, they have.
Absolutely done the right thing. And it made me think about here at the British Muslim Heritage Centre, they were offered funds by the lottery.
Yes.
And they said,
no.
No, thank you. No, thanks very much indeed.
Yep.
But no.
We don't want lottery money, thank you.
Because it's not really in keeping with our values.
It's not. Well, it's certainly not. We don't do lottery. We don't
do
gamble. We
gambling.
don't do that.
We don't.
Therefore, we will not accept the proceeds from gambling, which is what
like,
the lottery is.
Somebody turning up and saying, we're a brewery, and we'd like to support your centre. Thank you. Thanks for the offer.
Thanks very much.
Thanks
appreciate
for thinking
that.
offers, but no.
Lovely.
No. Can't.
No,
really,
thank you.
No. So there is a conscience involved there.
Yes, there is.
If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Absolutely.
You have to. It's all about standards.
You
have to have.
Do you know what?
A standard and a mentality.
This list today.
I know. I said I'd get you.
It's just nothing but annoying.
I said I'd get you.
It's annoying.
We've got some great ones coming up. Don't get me wrong.
Inshallah.
Got some brilliant ones coming up.
Can you wipe this frown off my face?
I can.
Can you stop me? Can you stop me from slapping my own forehead in disbelief and disgust?
But okay, yes I can. Do you know how I can do it?
Do you know what?
Do you know how I can do it? Very quickly.
Go on.
There's a charity out there that refused to take the funds.
Alhamdulillah.
And that makes me smile.
Alhamdulillah.
That is brilliant. Because that's somebody saying, no, it's not a case of wherever it comes from.
No.
The mafia used to support charities.
Yes.
They created soup kitchens.
Yes.
Because they knew if they did that, people wouldn't mind them doing naughty things.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what the people should have said is, no, you are not going to buy us off with dirty money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what these guys are trying to do. So the good side to it, the charity said, nope, not having it.
That's good.
Nope.
That's good.
Not having it.
Oh,
I know. Terrible. We're in the 21st century. And we're quite a way into it. It is... What, 19, isn't it?
Yeah. We're 19 years into it.
We're 19 years in.
We're a fifth of the way through almost.
Yeah.
We've done 20% of the 21st
century. And you've got people who still think it's acceptable to do.
How am I still alive?
Like I know.
How am I still alive? How has that happened?
I know. My
Allah.
child number 2 was only talking about this at the weekend. She went, do you think it'll be weird if I have children, inshallah, you as their granddad, do you think that they'll find it weird that you were born in another century?
Yes, they will.
And I went, do you know what? Yes. Yes, they will.
Yes.
Yes, they will.
And they look at the primitive world that we grew up in.
Seriously. Yeah. You mean, you had telephones with wires?
Huh?
You mean there was a time you didn't have computers?
Yep.
Well, what? You only had 3 channels?
Yep.
Extraordinary.
Yep.
Yes. Did you dig your own toilets? You know what I mean? They'll shambolic is what they'll say.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean your cars couldn't fly? what do you mean
What do you mean you had boots?
What do you mean
not hover boots?
Limited to 70 miles an hour? What?
What do you mean?
How did you actually get anywhere?
What do you mean you left the house? What do you mean you left the house? I haven't left the house in 27 years.
What do you mean?
I don't need to.
What do you mean you couldn't teleport?
You got on what?
Huh?
You got on a
Public what?
How are you spelling plane? You got on a what? You burnt fossil fuel.
What?
You had to dig stuff up to burn it. You dug stuff up to burn it. Oh, good Lord! Can you imagine?
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Oh my! You used to inject people. You didn't just point this thing at them and go zzz, zzz, zzz.
Exactly that noise. Oh. Zzz. Yeah.
Door handles. Actually, do you know you laced up your own shoes? I saw an advert for something, and you take your laces out of your trainers, and it's a very strong piece of elastic, and you get one for the bottom bit, and it hooks in to the eyes.
Yeah.
It hooks in, and then you put one in the next one, So you just slip your trainer on,
and
it's on. No laces.
So it's like a slip-on.
Like a slip-on, but
elasticated slip-on.
It's like an elasticated slip-on, but it's your normal shoe.
Yeah.
And they're in the colour of laces. Do you know what I mean?
That's a great idea.
It's brilliant.
That's a great idea.
It's brilliant.
Who thought of that?
I don't know, but it's genius. And I saw it, because
Instagram
is great for stuff like that.
You know how I'm going to show you how I wear my shoes.
Yes.
I wear them so loose.
Yes.
I tie the laces so loose.
You can't run.
I will lose my shoes if I run.
Off.
Yeah, I kick them off.
Yes, and why do you do that? It's very good
because so that I can slip them on and off, and it makes it really easy to walk in and out of a mosque.
Absolutely.
And when I pray, I just kick my shoes off and gone.
How many times have I made the schoolboy error
of wearing proper lace-up shoes?
Proper lace-up and brogues that I can't get on and off because they were new.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, are we ready to go? Give me 5 minutes."
Yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes later, I'm nearly there.
And now that you've you've had your injury and you've got your wrist and forearm in a cast.
Yes.
Does that make tying your shoelaces any easier?
It makes it nice. Have you noticed? I haven't worn anything that requires tying of a shoelace for that very reason.
Yep.
So, to be fair, we will have kids going, you tied
did
your
what?
Laces?
You did what? What are laces?
What?
What are these lace things of which you speak?
You had a remote control for your television.
You didn't just think it.
You didn't just... You used to tell Google to do stuff.
It didn't just do it for you anyway. Knowing full well what you'd just thought about.
You had to cook food. You got in a forgive me. Was it a car?
Car.
You got in a car. You drove to a place and you put something that somebody had dug up in it so that it would move.
Yeah.
I think they call it fossil fuel.
Yes.
And you drove to and again, sorry, was it supermarket?
Yeah.
You drove to a supermarket and you bought things.
What? You had to use money?
Was it money? Money? Mum, was it money Grandad's talking about? Money. What is this money of which you speak, Grandad? Because to be fair, in 10 years, there'll be no such thing as cash.
Oh, it's all credits.
Yeah.
Yeah, credits. Yeah.
Oh,
subhanallah.
you had to carry a phone. It wasn't just a chip that they've inserted into your thumb. Oh, hover boots.
I'm looking forward to them.
Oh,
I hope I hope I'm still an agile granddad.
Yeah,
when they come in. Yeah. Right, hang on a minute. I'm a granddad now.
Yeah, you know exactly.
It's a bit like I was born too early.
Yes.
I was born too early.
Yeah, I think about
Clearly.
my granddad. My granddad was born in 1908. So
Yep.
it's a similar thing.
Yeah.
So, it was still in the same century. As,
Yeah.
But 1908.
08.
But you think about he was born in a time when not only were there trams,
Yep.
some of them were still horse-drawn.
Wow.
He was born in a time when horses went up and down the streets
Yep.
as well as cars. The cars were, when he was born, it was a relatively new invention.
Yep.
And he passed away after they put a man on the moon,
Wow.
assuming and all that.
Yeah. Assuming that actually happened. Yep.
And you just think, wow.
Incredible.
For changes.
Incredible.
From horse-drawn
Yeah.
to a man on the moon.
To a man on the moon.
In
Incredible.
his lifetime.
And when you think about horse-drawn carriage,
Yes.
yeah. So if you wanted to travel in a carriage, you get a horse. If you wanted it more powerful and faster, you get 2 horses.
Yes.
What about 6 horses?
Yes. Yeah.
So you had 6 horsepower.
Yes. That's where the
horsepower phrase came from, isn't it?
Because my child number 3 was saying the other day, what do they mean, horsepower? I said, it's the equivalent of the number of horses, because they needed a comparison system.
Yeah.
So there'd have been 1 horsepower. Yes.
There
would have been a car came out that was 3 horsepower.
Yep.
It was the equivalent
Yep.
of being towed by 3
And what do we have now?
600. You're like, what?
You imagine 600
Imagine
horses.
600 horses. You couldn't control them.
Nah.
So it'd be like herding cats. It'd be a nightmare. 600 horses sounds like a nightmare.
You
But
go,
it's the
whoa.
power. Yeah, well,
It
and the one at the front.
take 3 minutes
pass
for it to hear
Whoa,
it.
pass it on.
A Chinese whispers all up front. You're saying,
The one at the
whoa,
front says, go.
giddy up. It's sprinting away and all the others are digging the hoofs into the floor and skidding.
No what? Whoa! No what?
No what?
Oh,
What's he on about?
listen on the cheesemakers.
He's referring to all manufacturers of dairy produce. Man. Hang on a minute. That was one off the list, wasn't it?
It was one off the list.
You've ticked one off the list.
But do you know what we did?
We did 20 minutes instead of 10.
We did 10 minutes of depressing nonsense, followed by 10 minutes of rubbish.
Hilarity.
Of utter nonsense.
Do you know what? I prefer the rubbish nonsense.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too. I might have to cut that first 10 minutes out.
Shall I edit that? Shall I?
Yes.
Can we go back in our time machine and edit our live?
Can we? This is
No.
the problem. This is the problem. People wish they could.
I can edit it for the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can. We can.
I say aye.
Yes.
How often does that happen? Nah.
Never.
Anyway, contractually.
Yes, we now need to do some of this.
Got to do this.